Harold Perkins Jr. is out today, obviously in street clothes, the first time that he's been out here with the captains tonight.
Gentlemen, Oklahoma, you're the visitor today. We're going to use our SEC coin. This is heads, and the pinwheel is tails. What's your call?
Tails.
Tails is the call. It is tails. We're going to defer the second half. You're going to take the ball. You're going to be kicking from which end? Okay, put your back toward that.
All right, so there you hear it. Oklahoma has won the toss. They've elected to defer. LSU will start on offense, and they will kick from the north end zone to the south. So LSU will be traveling from right to left on your radio dial. And Jacob, this is the third playing date in 4 weeks, and I got a chance. Tiger Stadium's field, a little worn down. It's not the bright shade of green. More importantly, to me, I've walked around enough. It's firm. I think it's really going to be a quick surface tonight, especially this time of year when you played. You got on that logo. It's almost like cement because that logo's been out there. So it is a quick surface tonight, Jake.
Thank you, Gordy. You can certainly see it's a different shade of green, if you will, here late in November at Tiger Stadium. Only one thing left to do. We'll welcome on to the broadcast the voice of your LSU Tigers, Chris Blair.
As always, thank you, Jacob, and good Saturday evening, Tiger fans. Here we are for the regular season finale, LSU and Oklahoma. Meeting for the fourth time, and as we've mentioned multiple times, first time as SEC foes as the Sooners come in their first season in SEC play. Again, it's been a struggle for Coach Brent Venables and company. The Tigers certainly have not had the season they were hoping for, but both teams looking to cap off the season with a win here tonight in order to improve their bowl status and, of course, to get momentum headed in to the offseason and into spring football. We're ready for the opening first half kickoff. As always, presented by Cintas, proudly helping local Louisiana businesses stay clean, safe, and ready for the workday, and have done so for over 35 years. Zach Smith will tee it up at the 35-yard line. Back deep, Xavion Thomas, along with Josh Williams for the Tigers. Kicking left to right, boot meets ball. We've got football in Louisiana. Thomas gave it a look, but he'll let it bounce into the end zone. And a touchback, and LSU's offense will start first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Garrett Nussmeier coming off maybe his best statistical performance a week ago in the win over Vanderbilt. Again, this season, he has had some great moments leading this offense, and we saw in the Vanderbilt game a return to a little bit of tempo. Not quite NASCAR, but they did move a little quicker. They certainly look comfortable doing so. We'll see what they offer up against Oklahoma's vaunted defense early on. Nussmeier, 1st and 10 at the 25, sends Williams out of the backfield. He's by himself as Garrett fires near side, but overthrown Anderson, who's hit on the near sideline and landed awkwardly into the Tiger bench. He is still down on his back. He got a late shot from Robert Spears Jennings. It was a clean hit, but Anderson went airborne, and Jennings came in and just kind of gave him a bump. Anderson unable to land on his feet, landed flat on his back. Hopefully just the wind knocked out of him. He hops up now, is jogging down the sideline, so he'll check out for a play. It's incomplete, 2nd down and 10. Tigers work from their own 25-yard line, working from the near side hash, attacking right to left as Lacey motions prior to the snap, 3 wide to the right side. Quick screen set up for Daniels. Daniels to the 30-yard line, makes his way up just near the 34. Nice pickup of about 8.5, maybe 8's where they'll mark it. So it will make 3rd and short for LSU, and that makes all the difference from this offense. Jacob, we've talked about it all year, trying to stay on schedule. You miss on the first down throw, come back with a quick screen. Daniels, possession receiver, sets you up in 3rd and short.
Yeah, we've been talking about it all season long. You've got some receivers that are really good at those kind of smoke now routes. Just get the ball to them in space, allow them to make a play. Really, it was the story of last week against Vanderbilt, check downs and screens.
Play clock down to 8 as they just now break and line it up. Play clock down to 3, down to 2. Nussmeier calls for the snap and gets it, but it looks like timeout going to be taken as LSU got awfully close to a delay of game. So the Tigers going to talk it over. That timeout presented by Coshada, escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet. So you hate to burn your first time out of the half at the 14-10 mark. And Gordy, I mentioned that LSU went a little quicker on offense. That time they were kind of huddled up. They were changing personnel. And suddenly once they got lined up, you only had about 7 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, with the heavy package, that meant Bo Bordelon winning the game as the extra tight end, then put Xavier Thomas, and then you had the double motion. They'd moved Thomas back, and they were bringing him back in that reverse motion. Just took too long to develop, and Brian Kelly ran down the sideline, actually called the timeout right in front of Cortez Hankins.
Sideline reports, as always, powered by your hometown John Deere dealer in Sunshine. So after the timeout, LSU still looking at third, a little less than 2. They must reach the 35-yard line. The ball placed down just inside their own 34. Nussmeier in the shotgun. Williams going to get the carry. Williams puts his head down and burrows his way to the 35. Knee is down at the line to gain. It's a Louisiana Blue first down for the Tigers. Josh Williams coming off, without question, his best performance of the season last week, running the football as well as catching the football. Those 6 catches, Jacob, last week between he and Caden Durham. Only 6, but they made a big difference.
Absolutely, they did. And his first play here, it's a great individual effort. The first down wasn't there on contact, and he wills himself to get past the line.
Aaron Anderson checks back in. He'll be in the slot to the right side. Nussmeier almost fell trying to backpedal, and now we'll just throw this one away into the center sideline, far side. And we'll set up second down and 10 from the 35.
Yeah, lost his footing there, CB, and I don't think he wanted to get out of the pocket as soon as he did, but the pocket kind of collapsed once he started to trip there because he did such a good job last week of staying in that pocket.
The lineup, 2 receivers left. Mason Taylor, the tight end, moves to the right side of the formation. Quick sling out to the 40-yard line. Long throw from the far side hash to the numbers near side. Catch going to be grabbed by Lacey. A gain of 6 as he makes his way. Well, they'll mark him at the 42, so a gain of 7 yards. So, again, sets up third and manageable here. Eli Bowen was there to make the tackle for Oklahoma. Again, LSU not quite lined up yet, looking to the near sideline. Now they start to get their nose over the football with plenty of time on the play clock. Move it to the near side hash, looking at 3rd down and 3 from their own 42-yard line, opening drive of the game. Nussmeier, shotgun snap, long throw, far side, out of the reach of Anderson. Led him too far at the 45-yard line. He couldn't come up with it. It's incomplete. That's going to set up 4th down and 3, and we will see the punt unit come on.
You know, even though Garrett Nussmeier has a fantastic arm, I mean, you've mentioned it already a couple of times. You're throwing from the opposite hash and basically through the other sideline there. Even if Aaron Anderson catches that, I think he has to extend so much, CB. He's not going to be able to stay on his feet. That's just a very difficult pass and catch there on 3rd down and short.
Peyton Bowen will set up deep for Oklahoma. Peyton Todd to let it go. The Sooners come after it, but Peyton gets it off. Takes a bounce at the 26. And inside the 20, and eventually LSU will down it around the 12-yard line. So a 47-yard punt after the bounce. No return, and Oklahoma's offense will take to the field for the first time tonight with 12:36 remaining first quarter and no score. Fans, it's the weekend. That doesn't mean sleeping in. We've got Tiger football to watch and Bud Light's to drink. Nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Oklahoma, last-minute huddle on that far sideline. Now they'll make their way to the football. Again, 1st and 10 from their own 12. We'll see Jackson Arnold, as Jacob mentioned prior to kickoff, back into the starting lineup over the last 5 games, coming off his best performance running the ball last week in the 24-3 win over Alabama. A lot of quarterback power as well. They led with a running back. Out of the shotgun, they'll fake the end around. Arnold rolling out to his right. He'll just throw it away. Pressure was coming. Greg Penn forced him to throw it into the LSU sideline, and quickly it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Sooner 12.
Yeah, that's a really nice job by the defense. Blake Baker has Whit Weeks on the quarterback. Greg Penn really does a nice job also of the switching responsibilities with Weeks once he goes with the back, and then Penn takes the quarterback.
Devon Keys out there along with Penn and Weeks. Keys, a couple of really solid performances over the last 2 weeks. Here's the toss near side, running with it, and LSU trips him up. May have only gotten back to the line of scrimmage, may have lost a yard at the 11. It's Xavier Robinson the freshman running back out of Yukon, Oklahoma. And it will be 3rd and about 10. So no gain on the play. So we'll see what Blake Baker dials up here against Jackson Arnold and what you could consider a passing down. And Jacob and Gordy discussed it last week. Only 11 pass attempts for Arnold in the win over Alabama. But now looking at 3rd down and 10 on their first possession. Shotgun snap. Quick screen behind the line of scrimmage. LSU's there. And he's brought down at the 14-yard line. It was Jacob Jordan on the catch, but LSU again flying to the football. They pick up just 2 yards. It'll be 4th and 8. And quickly Oklahoma will send down their punt unit, Luke Elzinga, coming off the far sideline. He'll be standing right at his goal line, letting this one go with Xavier Thomas setting up shop at the LSU 40.
That's exactly where you want Oklahoma, 3rd and long. That is not where Jackson Arnold, this offense, is comfortable. Nice job by the LSU defense.
Punt high in the air, not too deep. Coming up at about the 47, calling for the fair catch will be Thomas, and he'll bring it in after a 39-yard punt, and LSU will take over with 11:15 remaining first quarter and no score. We'll come back to Tiger Stadium. Timeout on the field on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tiger fans, this is Eddie Kennison, former LSU football wide receiver. If you know me, you know I'm all about making big plays.
Tigers win! Tigers win!
That's why I joined the team at LSU Sports Properties. Our goal here is to help businesses make big plays both on and off the field. If you want to give your brand that competitive edge and be a part of the biggest stage in college sports, give the corporate sponsorship team at LSU Athletics a call. Your brand, our fans. Utilize the power of LSU Athletics to promote your business and sponsor LSU Athletics today. Call 225-578-2788. Go Tigers.
LSU Tiger fans are gearing up with real Tigers apparel and merchandise from the official online store at lsushop.net. Get jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, official team merchandise from Nike, accessories, and much more. Over 3,600 products, all shipped right to your door. Head to the place real Tiger fans go for the selection only real Tiger fans get at lsushop.net.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. But we're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Hey, Tiger fans, 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit lsumkc.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Live coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Scoreless early on here, first quarter, Tiger Stadium. Oklahoma and LSU, 11:15 remaining in the first stanza. LSU Athletics would like to thank its Team LSU corporate partners, Cox, McDonald's, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. Tigers with relatively good field position here after forcing the punt. They had to let it fly from basically the Oklahoma goal line. Thomas called for the fair catch, and LSU will start 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Jacob, I mentioned Garrett last week, statistically a great game, completed 76% of his passes. In fact, 28 of 37. But a lot of credit goes to the offensive line, pass protection. But number 2, run blocking. LSU got 139 yards, and while that's not gangbusters for this offense, it's very good.
Yeah, it certainly is. And last week we pointed out that offensive line was finishing to the echo of the whistle plus. Love to see that tenacity again here this week against Oklahoma.
We'll see Caden Durham check in as running back, the freshman. Back there with Nussmeier will get the call and got tripped up as he makes his way to the 49-yard line, a gain of 2. Looked like Caden had an idea to cut left. He would have had a lot of real estate and maybe on the cut, Jacob. We talked about the short turf out there. Maybe just slipped up a little bit.
Yeah, you can see exactly where he wanted to go. It was actually a nice job by the left side of the offensive line that kind of crashed everything down. There was certainly a cut there. Cut off his inside foot and falls. Doesn't get to that cut.
May have gotten clipped inadvertently by DJ Chester, the Tigers center. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 49. Little play action. Nussmeier standing in the pocket, flips it out to Durham near side. The running back has it. Stiff arms a man at the 45, down the near sideline, and out of bounds inside the Sooner 35. They'll mark him out at the 34-yard line. A gain of 16 on the little dump pass to Caden Durham. It's a Louisiana Blue first down for the Tigers.
Yeah, that play's made because Garrett Nussmeier doesn't panic. He stands tall in the pocket. Credit the LSU offensive line, but doesn't try to do too much. Fake it to your running back. He comes open and gets lost a little bit. It's an easy pitch and catch. Turns into a big play because Caden Durham turns it into a big play.
They swing it over, place the ball down on the near side hash. DJ Chester puts his nose over the football. Nussmeier calls for the snap and gets it. Give to Durham. Durham straight ahead, trying to fight his way to the 30-yard line. He'll get about right there for a gain of 4. Sets up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, so far it's pretty good movement from the LSU offensive line, going back to kind of both runs here on this drive. This is a good front 7 for Oklahoma as well. I mean, they've got Sunday players across that front 7. It's a good test for the LSU offensive line. So far, so good.
2nd down and 6. Ball just outside the Oklahoma 30-yard line. Second possession of the night for the Tigers. Nussmeier will send 2 receivers right. Chris Hilton, the lone receiver, to the left side of the formation. Nussmeier in the pocket, tight pocket, but throws across the middle. And the catch grabbed at about the 19-yard line. Tamorian Pimpton makes the grab, 11 yards. It's a Louisiana Blue first down.
Yeah, that's going to be big for his confidence. It really the first contested catch that Pimpton's had this season there. And look, if you're going to play 12 personnel with 2 tight ends, which LSU likes to do, since you moved Green to kind of a receiver position, you're going to have to count on Pimpton. So it's nice to see him get that confidence here. I know it's the last game of the regular season, but that's a young player that can use that moving forward.
Gamorian with his 5th catch of the year for 37 yards, and the Tigers for the first time tonight inside the Capital One red zone. First down and 10, ball marked at the 19-yard line. Handoff Durham. Durham running downhill to his left. Gets to the line of scrimmage, and I'll say that's about all. No gain on the play. Woody Washington, the 5th-year senior out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, playing the cheetah position for Coach Brett Venables, able to make the stop. 8:19, clock moving, scoreless here in the first quarter. LSU, though, getting deep inside Oklahoma territory. Their first red zone opportunity of the night. Tigers on the year, 82% inside the red zone. Looking for the end zone, though. They fake the end around to Thomas. Backpedal throw by Nuss to Williams, and Williams makes his way down near side to maybe the 17. Kind of got crossed up with Campbell, who was out there blocking on the perimeter. Looks like Thomas going to get the credit for the takedown on Williams. That'll set up about 3rd down, and they'll say 9. Wow, they say no gain on the play. Yeah, they'll move him up a yard. They'll mark it at the 18. So Tigers still with work to do. About 3rd and 9 upcoming here. After reaching the red zone, now things starting to stall. Big 3rd down here for Nussmeier and company. They'll send Lacey in motion left to right, 3 wide to the right side. Here's the snap. Nussmeier looking left, forced out of the pocket, throws. Wide open Lacey at the 17, far side. Gets out the side, the numbers, 10-5, touchdown, Fighting Tigers. 18-yard touchdown, Nussmeier to Kyron Lacey. And the Tigers score first, 6-0 with 7:09 to play. Lacey on the year with his 9th receiving touchdown. Nussmeier dials up his 24th of the year. And Damian Ramos on trying to add one more. I kind of wished it into fruition that they have struggled inside the red zone, but on 3rd and 9, Lacey wide open in the flat far side. Oklahoma crossed up in their secondary. That's too easy for Lacey. He's going to find the end zone. Waiting on the snap from Slade Roy. It's back. Todd puts it down. Ramos puts it up, and it's good. LSU leads 7-0 with 7:09 remaining here in the first quarter. Fans, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana, proud to be the official health insurance of LSU Athletics. Louisiana Blue, live Louisiana. We've got you. That touchdown brought to you by Louisiana Blue. And with that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Tigers General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. 7-0, Tigers lead Oklahoma. Back to Tiger Stadium after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans, this is Bob McLaren with 44 Farms. We're so honored that you're enjoying our 44 Farms Tiger Dogs in Tiger Stadium. Did you know we've been turning meals into celebrations since 1909? You can do the same by visiting 44steaks.com. Go Tigers! 44 Farms, proud partners of LSU Athletics.
A strong power game is the key to winning on the field and off it. With available Pro Power on board, the Ford F-150 acts as a mobile generator to keep your job site running on the workday and your tailgate rolling on game day. No wonder Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck, 47 years straight. Ford F-150 and your Southern Quality Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. See Owner's Manual for important operating instructions.
Looking for the perfect stocking stuffers? Then give all about the Jingle scratch-offs from the lottery. Pick up Holiday Jingle, win up to $500. Add to the fun with more Jingle and win up to $12,000. And spread the cheer with Jingle All the Way, where the top prize is a whopping $100,000. Make this a holiday to remember with the lottery's All About the Jingle scratch-offs. Louisiana Lottery, giving you a season to smile. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
LSU Athletics would like to thank tonight's game sponsor, Albertsons, official grocery partner of LSU Athletics. Certainly hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday on Thursday. It's been a wild weekend, starting on Friday and into today when it comes to college football. Makes it awfully hard to figure out who's going to win on any given Friday or Saturday here in 2024. LSU leading 7-0 over Oklahoma early here with 7:09 remaining.
I'm not sure that anybody knows who's good, who's bad, or who's indifferent right now, but it has been chaotic energy in college football for sure all season long. And look, as a two-loss national champion, I can appreciate some good chaos.
Miami fell just moments ago to Syracuse in an absolute shootout. Here's the approach. Aaron Burrell on the ensuing kickoff. End over end, and will be fielded at the 1-yard line. Bringing it up the near side hash and spinning away from tacklers at the 15, across the 20, and finally pulled down up across the 30-yard line is Sam Franklin. Franklin, the redshirt junior out of Little Rock, Arkansas, started his career at UT Martin. Nice return there, trying to bring some life to Oklahoma. This will be the Sooners' second possession of the game. They went nowhere after starting their opening drive at their own 12-yard line. Tigers able to benefit from field position and eventually got it in the end zone on an 18-yard pass from Nussmeier to Kyron Lacey. So 1st and 10 at the 31. Jackson Arnold brings the Sooners out. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Now they'll move the tight end farther off the formation. Here's the snap out of the gun. Little pitch near side. Robinson cuts back to his left and will be dropped just across the 35-yard line. A gain of 5 to the 36 by Robinson.
Yeah, no hiding what Oklahoma was trying to get done there. Sharp comes in motion, crack on the edge defender trying to get to the edge right now and outflank LSU's defense.
Here's the snap. Arnold Toss out into the flat far side to Robinson. He's across the 40 and then runs out of room, steps out of bounds far side at the 44-yard line, but picks up the Sooners' first down of the night on a gain of 8 yards.
A little slight stutter step there for Keys, the linebacker, a young player. You like to see him just kind of go through it, knowing he has help coming from inside out and not allow the defender to get the edge there.
Sooners moving up to their own 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Arnold with twin backs, one to each side, 2 receivers right, one to the left side, short side of the field. Sprint out for Arnold, looking downfield. Here comes pressure. He'll turn it up and eventually step out of bounds at about the 47. So a gain maybe 2 or 3. As Arnold looking to go downfield, throwing the football so far on the season, 62% completion. 140 completions coming in for 1,311 yards. He's thrown for 12 touchdowns. He's given it up on 3 interceptions this year. 2nd and 7. Ball just inside the 47-yard line. Gavin Sawchuk checks in as a running back for the first time tonight. They're going to hand it off to Robinson, who motioned back to the backfield prior to the snap. He'll fall forward just beyond the 47. Not much on, maybe half a yard, maybe 1 with forward progress. Whit Weeks and Jordan Gilbert able to trip him up. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Here's another bingo pest product 3rd down for this Tiger defense. Sooners 0 for 1 early on tonight in 3rd down conversions. They come into the game on the year just 36% on 3rd downs. 3rd and 6 from the 48-yard line of their own. Trip receivers left. They look left and wasn't looking for the ball. Hits him in the back of the leg. Pass intended for Jacob Jordan, but he hadn't made the turn yet. Hit him right in the above the back of the knee on the throw from Arnold. It's incomplete. Sets up 4th and 6.
Yeah, he certainly rushed that throw. You had a receiver. It was going to be interesting to see if Satron can make up that space, but just based off where the sticks were, where the receiver was running his route, I'm going to say that was on the quarterback. Didn't have a lot of pressure in his face. He's got to allow that route to develop there.
2nd punt of the night for Elzinga. He'll take it at the 35, let it fly at the 37-yard line, angled far side. Ball coming down center of the field. Thomas with the catch at about the 8, and Oklahoma's gunners down there quickly, and he gets back to the 9 after a 45-yard punt. So LSU will take over, 4:53 remaining. Leading 7-0 early on here in the first quarter. Fans, it's hard to stop a train, but it's easy to afford one. At trainsouth.com, find an AC and heating dealer and special offers. Trainsouth.com, proud partner of LSU Athletics. Nussmeier so far on the evening, 6 of 9, 61 yards, had an 18-yard touchdown pass to Kyron Lacey on the Tigers' last possession. They'll start 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line. Ball placed between the hash marks. Lacey wide to the right. Anderson in motion. Here's the snap. Nussmeier looks right, comes back left. Pump fake. Now will skip out to his right. Drop the pass off to Williams far side, and he'll run across the 15. Make his way near the 18-yard line. A pickup of 9. Jacoby Johnson able to trip him up, but again sets up 2nd and short for the Tigers.
I'll tell you what, the running backs getting out in routes the last 2 weeks has been really good for this LSU offense. Early in the season, those guys were staying in, pass protecting. Now getting those guys out in routes has been a good outlet for Nussmeier.
Williams stays in. He'll be on a sidecar to the left of Nussmeier, who takes the snap on 2nd and 1. Quick handoff. Williams hit at the 18, falls forward. Looked like he got a pretty good spot from the far side, but now they back it up, so he's just shy of the 19-yard line. And it will be 3rd and about less than a yard.
Still 3rd down. 3rd and 1 for LSU.
You'll see LSU bring in the heavy package here. I think they thought initially they got it. Now going to have a substitution. See if they can obviously lean on this Oklahoma defensive line, which they've done a really nice job of so far in the game here, CB.
8 on the clock.
Yeah, but again, LSU going to have to use a timeout with that personnel change, the play clock dwindling down. So the 2nd timeout of the half charged to LSU, presented by Coshada. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet. We'll take a timeout with 3:45 remaining first quarter. Tigers lead 7-0 over Oklahoma. LSU looking at 3rd and 1 from their own 18 when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot fast and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Go behind the scenes. Check out our booth cam on Facebook and YouTube from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
7-0. LSU leads Oklahoma here on this Saturday night in Death Valley. 3:45 remains first quarter. We went to timeout. LSU had to burn their second timeout. It appeared that maybe they thought they had gotten the line to gain beyond the 19 on the last play from scrimmage. They ruled it short, shy of the 19. LSU trying to change personnel, burn the timeout. Jacob, we get about halfway through that timeout. Our officials come out and say, they're going to take a look at where the ball was placed after that play. So we go under official review, brought to you by Acme Oyster House. But, well, that's going to be costly if they come back.
Therefore, it's a first down for LSU.
But LSU loses a timeout after they come back and say he did reach the 19. It is a Louisiana Blue first down, but the Tigers don't get the timeout back.
And so they use it because they also initially thought Josh Williams got past the line to gain, and so they sent a different personnel out there. They were in 11 personnel. Then you don't get it. Then they got some of the jumbo package out there. There's a lot of confusion, but you're right. You know, you get the first down, but now you're down to one timeout here left in this first half.
1st and 10. After the review at the 19-yard line of their own. Anderson again will motion left to right. Nussmeier working with Williams in the backfield. Fakes the screen. Now Nussmeier under duress. Rolling to his right. Tough throw. Going up for it. Daniels pulls it down, but he's out of bounds on the white line. Far side in front of the Sooners sideline. So it's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 19-yard line. Gordy Rush, let's check in with you. A Sunshine sideline report. I can't imagine. I mean, Coach Kelly knew he had to call the timeout, but I can't believe he's pleased.
No, he's not pleased at all. Both of those timeouts. This one was a special circumstance, but you do not want to burn timeouts on trying to get personnel packages on and off the field.
2nd down and 10 at the 19. Taylor moves from left to right of the formation. Oklahoma with 4 at the line of scrimmage will shift prior to the snap. Nussmeier throws, and it's behind Lacey. Far side, coming up the far side hash, but he threw it behind him, incomplete. And it will be 3rd down and 10. The Tigers coming in right at 50% this season, 3rd down efficiency. And even though they're 1-1, Jacob, in their last 2 games, the 3rd down efficiency has been phenomenal.
I mean, all season long it's been phenomenal. It's something that's really kept LSU in some of those games they got behind early. They've been able to come back because of what they've done on 3rd down this year.
So now 3rd and 10. Again, Oklahoma will shift at the line of scrimmage. We've got 5. Now they'll back up 4 at the line of scrimmage, showing blitz, but they'll back up in coverage. Nussmeier forced out of the pocket, ball's out. Oklahoma going to scoop it up at about the 8-yard line, rambling into the end zone on a 9-yard scoop and score, Mason Thomas. And now Oklahoma, a point after away from tying it up, has another costly turnover for LSU under pressure. And again, Nussmeier kind of spun right into where the pressure was coming, and they just stripped him of the football. And Mason Thomas picked it up on the bounce, and you could tell the big guy was not wanting to just fall on it. He wanted to pick it up and score, and he does.
Yeah, it's really been something that has been, Garrett Nussmeier's kind of go-to, and you mentioned, instead of maybe stepping up in the pocket or even living just taking the sack, he's tried to get outside of the pocket with poor ball security. That's just never going to be a recipe for success. It's a couple of weeks in a row, really, we've seen that, and the balls hit the turf.
Zach Smith on for the point after. His kick is up, and the kick is good. So just like that, we are tied at 7-all with 3:26 remaining here in the first quarter. Tigers again coughing up the football, and Oklahoma making them pay. Certainly part of what Brent Venables has made in his career is don't give it away, get takeaways, and Oklahoma does it right there. Boy, just a disastrous drive from the very word go. Thomas fielded the punt at about the 8-yard line. The drive started at the 9. They had to fight to get to the 19. After review, they got a fresh set of downs, and then it just explodes in their face on the fumble, scoop, and score, and we're tied 7-all.
You're right about that. And look, I'm not saying that's all Nussmeier's fault. DJ Chester gets beat right now, so he has pressure in his face. But when you realize that you're beat, that's when you protect the ball with 2 hands. You live to play another down there because, look, those big fellas like that, like you said, they're coming with bad intentions. And unfortunately, now we're tied up after LSU had all the momentum.
Here's the ensuing kickoff. Going to be a little short, fielded by Thomas at about the 2-yard line, far side. Actually, it's going to be maybe Aaron Anderson was back deep that time. It was Aaron Anderson. And he'll make his way to about the 21 before being thrown back there. And LSU will quickly start this possession, 1st and 10 at the 21. Now in a tie game, 7-all with 3:18 remaining. EFCU Financial celebrating its 90th anniversary. They're proud to be the centennial sponsor for 100 years in Tiger Stadium. EFCU Financial is the Louisiana way to bank. So now the $64,000 question, how will the LSU offense respond after quickly turning it over, a scoop and score to tie the game? They get the ball back. Toss near side, running with it's going to be Durham, but Oklahoma had it snuffed out. He just dives head first to about the 22, only a yard gain.
Yeah, kind of gave himself up there, CB. I think he thought he was going to have a collision and actually did a nice job of splitting the defenders. If he keeps his head up, I think you have a pretty big play here because there was a small crease.
2nd down and 9. They'll bunch 3 receivers, including Pimpton, Taylor, and Daniels to the right. Lone receiver to the left side. Again, on the run is Durham. He'll cross the 20, gets to about the 24, just shy of the 24-yard line. Only a pickup of 2 yards. We'll set up 3rd down. And about 7 here for the Tigers from their own 24-yard line. Henderson checks back in. Josh Williams back out on the field as Durham and Pimpton will check out. 2:16 clock rolling, 7-7 our score. The Tigers with an 18-yard touchdown and then an 8-yard scoop and score by Mason Thomas on defense for Oklahoma. That's where we are. Nussmeier motions Daniels right to left, and here's the snap. Garrett, this time with time in the pocket, steps up. Long throw, far side. Mason Taylor brings it in. Foot was down, out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. A 15-yard gain. They go to sure old Mason Taylor, the tight end, to get the Louisiana Blue first down. When you need a play, look for Mason Taylor.
You're right about that. I mean, he is certainly somebody that I would look to if I was playing quarterback because he is so reliable. And also, when Garrett Nussmeier stays tall in the pocket, when he steps up in the pocket, he is as good as anybody in the country, right? Not trying to do too much. He's got the arm strength to make every throw, including that one to Mason Taylor there for the first down.
Pistol formation, LSU lines up. Again, Williams behind Nussmeier. Little play action. Nussmeier again, plenty of time. Dumps it off near side to Williams. Hit once and eventually wrapped up and loses a yard back to the 37-yard line. McCullough. After Bowen missed the first tackle on Williams, McCullough was there to clean him up. That'll set up second down and 11. So the Tigers get a little off schedule here with an even minute. Clock moving first quarter. Tie game 7-7.
Yeah, it's one of those times there. You're an option if you're Josh Williams. So you have to know I can't run a negative yardage route. I've got to at least push up, get to 3 or 4 yards. I am a check down. I have that time. And then if Garrett Nussmeier comes to me, I catch it at 4 yards instead of -1.
Second and a little less than 11. And they'll go on the ground, and a nice little run by Josh Williams, who gets 6 yards up to the 44-yard line. Will make it third and manageable here.
That's a great individual effort, because when you watch the replay, Oklahoma had somebody right in the hole there. Josh Williams makes him miss, doesn't even touch the running back for a nice gain for LSU, because they had one extra defender than LSU could account for.
Third down and 4 from the 45-yard line of their own. Play clock. Quarter clock, rather. That'll be the final play. So LSU ready to switch sides of the field, start second quarter action. So we played 15 minutes, and it's 7-7 LSU and Oklahoma. Fans, don't miss the Brian Kelly Show. Of course, thanks to our group at TJ Ribs, sponsoring the head coaches shows all season long. Our next show will be Matt McMahon, coming up for basketball season. Premieres on December 30th. Second quarter action coming up. Timeout on the field. 7-7 our score. This is the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Kevin Falk, LSU Hall of Famer. My years at LSU were amazing. I've always loved celebrating with my teammates, especially when someone was serving up some delicious Manda salsa. For a lot of Tiger fans, it's just not game day without Manda in the mix. Serving top quality sausage and original season is Manda's strong side, but it's Manda's flavor that's always got me running back for more. You get it, running back for more. After 75 years, the flavor still says it all. Manda Fine Meats, the official smoked sauce of LSU Athletics.
How powerful is Cox Fiber? Powerful enough to stream all my live sports actually live? Yep.
Powerful enough to share my screen more smoothly?
You got it.
Powerful enough to keep my games online and my squad on top?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty powerful.
Introducing Cox Fiber, from the company with the fastest download speeds 9 years in a row. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, always building better. Limited availability in select areas. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply. Analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence in Las Vegas, Omaha, Phoenix. Fixed median download speed Q2 2016 to Q1 2024.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get ready, Tiger fans. Venture Global is proud to partner with LSU Athletics, powering Louisiana and the world with clean, low-cost, reliable energy and fueling the future of our great state. As we cheer on the Tigers this season, we're also driving innovation, creating jobs, and supporting our local communities. Together, we're building a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Venture Global, proud partner of LSU Athletics, powering champions on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Second quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by Dudley DeBosier, continues from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
We start the second quarter of action here at Tiger Stadium. 7-7 LSU and Oklahoma. The Tigers 18-yard touchdown pass. Nussmeier to Lacey to get on the board first. Point after was good. And then a miscue on offense. A fumble by Garrett Nussmeier, picked up by Mason Thomas, the defensive end for Oklahoma. Scoop and score. Point after good. Ties us up at 7-all. LSU now attacking towards the south end zone. Looking at 3rd and 4 from their own 45-yard line. Taking a look at the first quarter stats brought to you by Hancock Whitney. Again, LSU looks dominant. 6 first downs to just 1 for the Sooners. Just 7 rushing yards so far for the Tigers, 87 through the air, but a total of 94 yards where Oklahoma offensively just 19 yards total offense. Garrett Nussmeier, by the way, 10 of 15, 87 yards and a passing touchdown so far. So on 3rd down and 4, Nussmeier stands in the shotgun. Pimpton motions left to right. Handoff to Williams. Williams straight ahead, and he's very close. Looked like the nose of the football was reaching the 49, but then the side judge from across the way kind of made a little angle. He came out from the 49, there. But then zigzagged. Perfect way to describe it. He zigzagged his way to the 48. Tigers going for it on 4th and short. They give it to Williams, and Williams going to be stood up, but it looked like forward progress to midfield. That should be enough for a Louisiana Blue first down. Boy, oh boy, he ran into the teeth of the Oklahoma defense, but credit Williams. He got enough surge to reach the midfield stripe, and it keeps the drive alive for LSU as they convert on 4th and a yard. Nussmeier, backside pressure. He doesn't see it, doesn't feel it. Ball came out. Nussmeier looks to be in a little bit of pain as he was literally hit from the backside by Mason Thomas, who got around Will Campbell. Thomas with 2 big plays now for the Sooners defensively, and Nussmeier appears to be in quite a bit of pain on his back as the trainers come rushing out.
Yeah, he couldn't even, he's pointing to his arm. He couldn't even stop the movement there. Just wallowing in pain. That does not look good for LSU.
Gordy, you're down there. As we said, Thomas basically got around Will Campbell and then at full speed just mashed him from the backside.
Yeah, he's kicking his leg up and down. He's a tremendous amount of pain. Now they finally sitting him up here and looking. I'll tell you what, tough cookie. He's getting up. He's walking it off. He's holding that right shoulder.
Yeah.
That right shoulder.
Sometimes, Gordy, when you're trying to go fast and it was a 4th down and they got it, but, it's going to be close and you don't want a review and you want to make sure you get it. Sometimes when you go fast like that, not everybody's on the same page, and that's kind of what it looked like with Will Campbell there.
And it's going to be Swan. A.J. Swan was out there throwing with Colin Hurley. So not Ricky Collins. It'll be A.J. Swan once again.
So again, Nussmeier headed to the medical tent near side, still writhing in pain, as we pointed out, holding that right shoulder. He'll step into the tent. A.J. Swan, the transfer from Vanderbilt, had to check in earlier this season for a play, but this one might be an extended stay for the backup QB. Handoff to Williams. Williams bounces off one defender, but then lost his balance, brought down at the 43. No gain on the play. And the Tigers look at 3rd and about 17 upcoming. That sack, by the way, lost 7 yards, so it certainly gets LSU behind the chains. And now for the backup quarterback, A.J. Swan, who, again this season, completed 1 pass for 2 yards. Oklahoma, no surprise. They've got virtually everybody at the line of scrimmage here on 3rd and long. Play clock down to 5 as Swan steps into the shotgun, takes the snap, looking to throw. Will dump it off. Long throw, gets it to Daniels at the 48. Daniels crosses into Sooner territory, but pulled down at the 49 near side. Pickup of 8, well shy of the first down, and that will bring up 4th and a punting situation. So tough break for the Tigers as Nussmeier crushed by Mason Thomas with a backside hit on the sack. Still inside the medical tent as they take a look at that, what appeared to be his right shoulder. Peyton Bowen back deep at the 8-yard line for the Sooners. Blake Oschendorf will let it fly from his 40. Hangs in the air. Fair catch called for at the 10, and bringing it in is Bowen after a punt of 39 yards. So with a timeout on the field, LSU without QB1 for the very moment after the injury to Garrett Nussmeier. We got a tie game, 7-7. 12:20 remains second quarter. Back to Tiger Stadium after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Half of the world's population depends on rice for 80% of their daily food needs. By 2050, population growth could increase rice demand by 30%. But as climate changes, rice output is decreasing. At LSU, we're using genetics, genomics, and AI to create new rice that yields more with less resources. We're not just feeding the hungry, we're growing a better future.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. But we're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Back to second quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football. Presented by Dudley DeBosier from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
12:20 remaining here in the second quarter. It's a tie game, 7-7. Fans, LSU Athletics, once again, would like to thank its Team LSU corporate partners, Cox, McDonald's, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. But right now, the biggest story is Garrett Nussmeier, injured on a sack. Hit from the backside, appeared to injure his right shoulder. Gordy Rush, let's check in with you. A Sunshine sideline report. What's the latest? He's still inside the tent?
Still in the tent, as you can imagine. All three of LSU's doctors in there, the trainers. It's hard to get vision. I will tell you, he still had his shoulder pads on, and for me, and I think that's a good sign as they're looking at the right shoulder. Now he's coming out, so he's taking his shoulder up out. Let me correct it. They're going to take him in. He has his shoulder pads off, so he did take his shoulder pads off. They're taking him inside, and he's got his flap jacket on. And I will tell you, he has his right arm by his side, and that's never a good movement when there's been a shoulder injury or something to that. So they're going to take a look at this, and so it will be A.J. Swan next series.
Tough break for the Tigers. Certainly wish the very best for Nussmeier, but right now, Tiger defense back out on the field. It'll be first down and 10 at the 10 of the Sooners as they attack right to left as we look down on the field. Jackson Arnold in the shotgun. He'll bring Robinson back to the backfield and hand it off. Robinson, stretch play far side. Broke one tackle, but eventually LSU, plenty of purple jerseys there, bring him down. Really not much of a gain, just beyond the 10-yard line. We'll say second and a long 9. Greg Penn and Braden Swinson able to clean him up on the outside. It'll be second and 9 as we roll under 12 minutes remaining before halftime.
Yeah, you can tell that LSU's expecting Oklahoma to go east and west. That's been the game plan so far. They've had two linebackers kind of flowing in those directions, with Greg Penn being kind of the second guy and really playing cleanup.
This time the handoff Robinson. He weaves his way through traffic and somehow able to miss some possible tackles and makes his way just beyond the 14-yard line off the right edge. Whit Weeks eventually there to make the stop. It'll be third down and about 7 upcoming here. They're 0 for 2 on third downs, and the Tiger Stadium crowd trying to lift this LSU defense. Big Pingo Pest product third down here. Third, and they'll say 5 for the Sooners. Ball marked just inside their own 15. 3 at the line of scrimmage, now make it 4 for the Tigers. Here's the snap back, Arnold. Little shovel pass, and going down is Robinson. Leveled at the 14-yard line by Braden Swinson. Oh, my. Talk about a stiff arm check, and Robinson dropped like a sack of potatoes.
That did not fool Braden Swinson there. He was waiting on the shovel pass there. Did everything the right way, right? Doesn't have to worry about any kind of illegal hit. I mean, it's shoulder pad right on Oklahoma. offensive football player. It's a heck of a job by 4 there.
Another punt for the Sooners. Again, Aaron Anderson will be back deep. He fielded the kickoff last time. He'll step up, call for the fair catch, bring it in at the LSU 40-yard line. So, again, great job by this LSU defense, Jacob. They give LSU relatively good field position here, though they'll be without their starting QB1, Garrett Nussmeier.
And just for confirmation, it is a shoulder. They went in to take an x-ray, so that's been confirmed to me.
Thank you, Gordy. It'll be 1st and 10 now at the LSU 39-yard line. First down and 10. Daniels motions. Snap back to Swan. Handoff Durham. Durham in the hole. Far side hash now outside the numbers. 35-30, 25-20. Tripped up inside the Sooner 20-yard line. Falls down inside the 15. They'll mark him at the Oklahoma 12. 49-yard run by Caden Durham. Des Malone saves the score for the Oklahoma defense. But the Tigers, for the second time tonight on the run from Durham inside the Capital One red zone.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, Malone just clips the heel there of Caden Durham. But what a way, right? You got a backup quarterback in here. You're trying to get him comfortable. And I know Swan's got SEC starts, but you want to get him comfortable here in this game. That is the perfect recipe to do just that. Now you need to capitalize here in the red zone.
Swan stands into the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left side. That's the short side of the field. Now Lacey will motion. And right at the snap, we've got whistles and play halted. LSU calls the timeout. And that'll be their final timeout of the half.
30 seconds timeout.
So they have used all 3 timeouts. Gordy Rush, I know you've done a great job updating us on Garrett Nussmeier. Any word on Xavier Thomas? We haven't seen them in that last kickoff for Oklahoma after their score, and then Anderson fielded that punt just moments ago.
You know, and actually I am going back to the bench. I'm trying to see if I was down by the end zone by the chute waiting to see if Nussmeier came back. That x-ray machine's up in the medical side on the 2nd floor, and they can usually get that pretty quickly. Let me check on Thomas.
CB, I did notice that Thomas kind of has a towel on his head. He doesn't have a helmet in his hands, and so I would not expect him back here in this game.
Another tough break there if you're without Xavier Thomas. Not only the sure-handed in special teams, but certainly has the ability to hurt an Oklahoma defense in the passing game. It'll be 1st down and 10. Ball marked at the 11-yard line. So after the timeout, LSU will go on the ground again. Durham this time straight ahead and stood up. I'm not even sure if forward progress getting back to the line of scrimmage. That side judge backing up near the 12, but looks like he did lose maybe half a yard. Again, Coach Kelly mentioned it on Monday. When you talk about some of the best defensive fronts here in the SEC, you think of Texas A&M, you think of Ole Miss, you think of South Carolina. He said, don't sleep on Oklahoma. They certainly have one of the tougher defensive fronts, not only in the SEC, but in the country. 2nd down and 10. They mark it once again just outside the Sooner 11-yard line. Swan takes the shotgun snap, fires, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Taylor, but boy, Sooners pretty good coverage. They had 4 receivers near the end zone, and Oklahoma had 5 defenders, but luckily it's incomplete. Sets up 3rd down and 10 at the Oklahoma 11-yard line. And you're without your starting quarterback. We just mentioned that for whatever reason, Xavier Thomas appears to be unable to go. You get down inside the red zone. Oh, it's a must if you can find the end zone.
Yeah, without question. We talked about it during one of the breaks. This is why A.J. Swan is here. He's got SEC starts at Vanderbilt, right? You bring him into this situation, you have to run your offense. You can't play conservative. You have to have everything available, and this 3rd down is going to test that theory here.
2 wideouts to the right. Now Lacey will come over. And it looked like they wanted to call timeout, and they didn't have any, and the play clock hit 0. So a delay of game, and that certainly angers the Tiger fans here inside Tiger Stadium, as that will back them up from the 11 to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, and, you know, you got a veteran quarterback in there, so you've got to run your offense. The operations have to be the same as well. You can't have penalties like that when you're trying to go take the lead.
So that'll back him up 3rd and 15. Ball now at the Oklahoma 16-yard line. Swan takes the shotgun snap, looks right, looks back across the middle, fires, and nobody at home. I think Mason Taylor was the intended receiver, but that one a good 10 yards in front of him. Falls harmlessly in the back of the end zone, and that will set up 4th and 15. And the Tiger fans are not very happy at the moment. And Damian Ramos will come on and try to regain the lead for LSU with his foot, looking at about a 34-yarder just inside the far side hash, kicking towards the south end zone.
Obviously, these points going to be crucial here now, trying to take a deep breath for your offense and try to regroup.
Well within his range. Ramos 19 of 24 on the season. Swings the leg. Kick is up, and the kick is good. LSU back on top 10-7 with 8:39 remaining here in the second quarter. With that good kick, the good hands at Allstate who contribute to the Tigers General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. 10-7. LSU leads Oklahoma. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted experts for all your home service needs. With over 35 years of dedicated service, we prioritize your comfort and satisfaction. As an official partner of LSU Athletics, we bring our expertise to every game, from installations to repairs. Our team delivers honest pricing with no surprises. Call us today at 225-777-8888 and experience the difference with Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Go Tigers!
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state and beyond.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
Second quarter action continues. Presented by Dudley DeBosier from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Indeed, Dudley DeBosier stands up for the purple and gold. They fight for Tiger fans all across Louisiana. Dudley DeBosier proud to be an official partner of LSU Athletics. Tigers lead 10-7 after a 34-yard field goal connected on by Damian Ramos. Set to kick it back to the Sooners. Again, if you're just tuning in, Garrett Nussmeier goes down after a sack. Gordy Rush confirmed to us it was an injured right shoulder. He left the field to take x-rays. It's been A.J. Swan in relief at quarterback for LSU. As, again, they get set to give it back to the Sooners.
And Chris, quick update. Xavier Thomas took a shot to the head. Been told he's out temporarily. I imagine they're going to take a look at him in the locker room at halftime as well. You mentioned Nussmeier still inside the in the medical plaza up on the second floor. X-ray machines up there, and I'll let you know when he's out.
Thank you, Gordy. Yeah, it appeared that Thomas, when he fielded the punt inside the 10-yard line, took a couple of big shots. And again, that's the last we have seen from him. So hopefully maybe he can find his way back on the field, affecting special teams as well as the offense.
Yeah, that's a perfect point. I mean, you point out there, I mean, it affects multiple phases of the game, the passing game on offense and also the running game. I mean, how many times have we seen him get counters at the running back position, jet sweeps at the receiver position?
Aaron Burrell set to kick it back, puts a foot into it. This one spinning end over end. No chance for a return by Sam Franklin back deep for the Sooners. It'll be a touchback and first down and 10 at the 25 for Oklahoma. Fans, make this a holiday to remember. Pick up more jingle at any lottery retailer. You can win up to $12,000. Louisiana Lottery, giving you a reason to smile. Must be at least 21 to purchase. 8:39 remaining before halftime. A 10-7 LSU lead. An 18-yard touchdown. Nussmeier to Lacey to get on the board 7-0. Nussmeier lost the football, picked up. Scoop and score by the Oklahoma defense. Tied it at 7-all. Then Ramos with a 34-yard field goal. That's the difference in this one thus far. Arnold, the twin backs, on first down, takes the snap. This time he has plenty of time, and he'll unload. Deep throw down the field. A lot of pushing and shoving, but the catch made down around the 25-yard line of the Tigers. They go to J.J. Hester. Again, it looked like there was a lot of hand grabbing, but Oklahoma running to the line of scrimmage here to line it up quickly, and it looks like time has been called. That was a 50-yard strike from Arnold to J.J. Hester. Oh, they're going to go take a look at it here to see if it was a completed catch. So we go under review for the second time. The official review brought to you by Acme Oyster House. Real time, it looked like he hauled it in because he got some late separation. When we watch it here on the replay in the booth, get Arnold plenty of time, stepped up, heaved it down the field, and it looked like LSU just stumbled in coverage, and yeah, it looks like a catch.
Yeah, and if anything, it would have had to been the very end of it. Maybe the nose of the football hit the ground, but I'm with you, CB. In real time, it didn't look like it was a question.
I could see they wanted to take a look at it. It looks a little bit like he trapped it, but that right arm and the right hand stays under the ball on impact. And so for me, it's a catch from this side.
Yeah, I think we're getting a better angle now here in the stadium. I think Gordy might be right. It does look like it does move, but the entire time it does look like he has a hand underneath the football.
Again, our crew chief tonight out of the SEC, Matt Leffler, heading up this SEC officiating crew. John Allman is our replay official, working along with Collaborative Replay at the SEC office in Birmingham. This one taking a little while. And again, we learned last week, Gordy said if they take notes, look out. But
after review, the ruling on the field stands. It's a catch.
So it will be confirmed as a catch. And it will set up Oklahoma after a big strike from Arnold to Hester. Any relation?
No relation. Okay. No relation. The only Hester that I'm related to is my cousin Devin, who's a Hall of Famer.
That's a nice one to use. Ball placed at the 25-yard line. Now the LSU defense got to stiffen up a little bit here. Trying to keep a 3-point lead, 10-7 over Oklahoma. Arnold again, twin backs. And movement. And it looked like Oklahoma had a procedure problem. It'll be their first penalty of the night, if indeed that is the call. We'll get a little quick conference.
Illegal snap on the offense, number 52, 5-yard penalty. It is first down.
By the way, the Tigers on their 2 scoring drives. First one for the touchdown, 7 plays, 57 yards, 4 minutes, 6 seconds. Nussmeier found Lacey for an 18-yard touchdown. And then on the field goal, the Tigers 5 plays, 44 yards, a minute 45. It stalled inside the red zone, and Ramos with the 34-yard field goal. Those are your scoring drives presented by LSU Online. So 1st and 15, back at the 30-yard line. Arnold going to keep around the left edge. Arnold cuts outside the far side hash. Lots of room inside the 10, and eventually pulled down at the LSU 4-yard line. And that's what Arnold did all last week against the Alabama defense. They'll mark it down at the 2, so a gain of 28 yards for Arnold. They line up quickly, 3 wide to the right. Handoff Robinson, and Robinson follows right behind the center, Troy Everett. He'll get into the end zone, and Oklahoma has their first lead on a 2-yard touchdown for Xavier Robinson, freshman, on the season with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
And good news for LSU. Garrett Nussmeier has returned with his shoulder pads on. So he is he's out there now, got shoulder pads on, looking for his helmet. Perhaps coming in next series.
Wow.
That would certainly be a massive development for the LSU Tigers.
So a couple of big plays, including one 50-yard pass sets up Oklahoma. They eventually find the end zone. Now the point after is up. Zach Smith splits the uprights. Oklahoma 3 plays, 75 yards, highlighted by that 50-yard pass. Minute 17 off the clock, and the Sooners lead 14-10. 7:22. Still a lot of time left in the second quarter. LSU will get the ball back, and when we come back, we'll see if Garrett Nussmeier returns as QB1. Again, Oklahoma 14-10 over the Tigers. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tiger fans, this is Eddie Kennison, former LSU football wide receiver. If you know me, you know I'm all about making big plays.
Tigers win! Tigers win!
That's why I joined the team at LSU Sports Properties. Our goal here is to help businesses make big plays both on and off the field. If you want to give your brand that competitive edge and be a part of the biggest stage in college sports, give the corporate sponsorship team at LSU Athletics a call. Your brand, our fans. Utilize the power of LSU Athletics to promote your business and sponsor LSU Athletics today. Call 225-578-2788. Go Tigers.
LSU Tiger fans are gearing up with real Tigers apparel and merchandise from the official online store at lsushop.net. Get jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, official team merchandise from Nike, accessories, and much more. Over 3,600 products, all shipped right to your door. Head to the place real Tiger fans go for the selection only real Tiger fans get at lsushop.net.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Second quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football. Presented by Dudley DeBosier from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
7:22 remains second quarter. 14-10 Oklahoma enjoying their first lead of the evening. Let's go down on the field. Gordy Rush may have some really good news. Gordy, what's the latest on Garrett Nussmeier?
So I just watched Garrett warm up down here. He's going to get his helmet. He's going back into the game. Put some padding underneath his right shoulder pad. And as he was throwing probably 30 to 40 yards, kind of a soft toss, and gradually got better. He looked at the trainer and said, get this out, took the pad out. And as he continued to throw, he was throwing a little bit more gas on it. I thought it was funny. Coach Kelly, DK, went over to go talk to him. Now, I couldn't see DK because his back was to me, but Garrett responded to him, I am throwing the ball. No, I am throwing the ball. So we're not going to have a series in which he's going to hand the football. If he wants to go back in there and throw it, we'll see what Joe Sloan dials up.
So the Sooners set to kick it back. Aaron Anderson again back deep. Xavier Thomas with a tough shot to the head, still unable to go for the Tigers. As Gordy told us, they'll reevaluate as the game goes on, and kick going to be fielded by Anderson right at the goal line, near side. Cuts to the middle of the field. Anderson with room across the 25-30. He's across midfield, far sideline. Couple of blockers leading the way. Anderson, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Fighting Tigers. 99 yards for Aaron Anderson. And the Tigers regain the lead, 16-14 over the Sooners. Hey now.
Man, you never see those in college football anymore. Like, if you get a return, you're so excited about it. You got the backup returner in there, and he goes 99 when your offense is wondering, is my quarterback going to be healthy enough to go in there? Well, you know what, Nussmeier, you get a little bit more rest because they just put it in the end zone. What a play.
Aaron Anderson credited with a 100-yard kickoff return. First return for a touchdown for the Tigers since the 2020 season. Trey Palmer, the last Tiger to do it. Ramos puts a foot into it. Kick is up. Kick is good. 17-14. LSU back on top with 7:08 remaining here in the second quarter. Well, they say sometimes you got to be the next man up. Step in for your teammate. How about Aaron Anderson, everybody?
I mean, he's made so many plays on offense this year. And we talk about Aaron Burrell on the other side of things so many times and how that's such a weapon because he doesn't allow the other dynamic SEC returner to touch the football. Well, when you let a dynamic playmaker touch the football, this is what can happen. What a play. And again, you don't get many of those opportunities. And so when you do, you got to make the most of them. And I'd say Aaron Anderson made the most of that one.
7:08 remaining. And again, the Tigers, how important is it that Garrett Nussmeier comes out of the locker room? He's got his shoulder pads on. He immediately goes and finds his helmet. He's warming up. But Aaron Anderson helps put the team on top without a single play from scrimmage, which in the big scheme, Jacob, gives Garrett a little more time to get back to 100% if he can do so.
Yeah, there's no question about that. I mean, now he gets to take a deep breath, get on the sidelines, get with the team doctors, make sure everything's right. He's not rushing in from the locker room, warming up and getting on the field. And so, yeah, he will certainly take this extra time.
The aforementioned Aaron Burrell with the ensuing kickoff. He got excited about the return. He sends one to the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. First down and 10 at the 25-yard line. We got some pushing and shoving after the fact between the Sooners and Tigers, but cooler heads prevail, and they make their way to the respective sideline. It's the second LSU kickoff return for a touchdown here in Tiger Stadium since 1981. Again, there's been some great moments where it's happened. It just doesn't happen often. And when you talk about the new rules and the way kickoffs are handled, they're rare for everybody these days. And Aaron Anderson, again, officially listed as a 100-yard return to get the Tigers on top 17-14. Let's see if it infuses this Tiger defense. First and 10 at the 25 for the Sooners. Jackson Arnold calls for the shotgun snap. Steps back 3 steps. Fires. Nobody home. Incomplete up at the 34-yard line. Thought he might try to dump it off underneath the sharp, but I think he was actually looking for Raggins a little farther downfield. But either way, it was off the mark and incomplete. Second down and 10 at the 25.
Second.
We'll see what Oklahoma does in this drive. I mean, they're not a team that throws a ton on first down, kind of gets them off schedule. Let's see if they put it in the air again here on second down.
Hester had the big play set up wide to the right. Snap is back. Arnold keeps it off the right edge with room, puts both hands over the football, crosses the 35, reaches the 36, and picks up the first down on a gain of 11 yards for the Sooners. And this is what you were worried about. LSU has struggled against dual-threat quarterbacks. They've had some good games. Just depends on how LSU can handle Arnold. Here's a quick throw, long throw, near side. Catch made at the 45, dropped immediately after a gain of 8 yards. It'll be Reagans who brings it in. Moves it up to the 45-yard line. 6:27 clock moving, second quarter.
You just got to be, responsible. You got to make sure you have your keys. Whatever your key is, you got to read it with these quarterback runs.
Pistol formation, the give to Robinson. Right up the middle. Got a good surge from the offensive line. Picks up the first down, makes his way to the 49-yard line on a pickup of 4 yards.
Jones.
You can't try to do.
You start to see the Sooners getting some rhythm now, especially on the ground.
Yeah, and you can't try to do too much in some of this quarterback run stuff. Like I said, you have a responsibility, and you have to stick with it. Don't try to go do somebody else's responsibility, and that's how these quarterbacks get free on these Q runs.
Again with 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Arnold with some pressure, dumps it off, but it's incomplete. Robertson hits him in the hands, but he can't hold on. It's incomplete. Set up second down and 10 at the Sooner 49-yard line. Again, it's a 17-14 LSU lead. Special teams. We talked about the kickers. But tonight we're talking about Aaron Anderson, the 100-yard return to get the Tigers back on top here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Oklahoma doesn't come right back to a Q run here, try to get a manageable third down situation, knowing third and long is not their specialty here. So watch out for Jackson Arnold.
Redshirt sophomore Sawchuk back in at running back. Here's the snap to Arnold. Stands in the pocket. Now escapes. He tucks. He runs. Cuts middle of the field across the 45. Goes down at about the LSU 41. And it looks like he gets a favorable spot. And it will be a 1st and 10. So the chains are moving. 10 yards on the pickup to Jackson Arnold. And Jacob, I hate to say it, but you were exactly right.
Yeah, and now you're wondering, is LSU going to change your game plan up? I mean, do you stick somebody on Jackson Arnold at all times as a spy just because right now he is the thing that's beating you?
1st and 10 now at the LSU 41. Arnold sprint out to the right, looking downfield. Late pressure comes. He throws, and it's wide. They argue it's a catch, waiting on an indication. They're going to say it is a catch at the 24-yard line, far side. That'll bring the Boo Birds out. And this one probably they're going to take a look at. Jacob Jordan fully extended going into the Sooner sideline.
Wow, they're going to look at this. His feet were in, but, I mean, his hit the stripe, the ball. I'd be surprised if they don't stop this.
Right now, Oklahoma trying to line up. 1st and 10 now at the LSU 24. They haven't rung down to Matt Leffler yet. They will snap the ball. Arnold out of the shotgun. Keeps it off the right edge. Whit Weeks will plant him at the 25-yard line. And now Arnold slow to get up on the Sooner sideline. Boy, that was a hit for Whit Weeks, the sophomore out of Watkinsville, Georgia. Arnold slow to get up, but eventually gets to his feet. But he's going to shake that one off.
Yeah, I mean, that closing speed of Whit Weeks at the very end there. I mean, you saw the difference in Whit Weeks and the other linebackers on this team. I mean, he's got a different gear, and he's got to be the guy to stop this Jackson Arnold run game. He is the one guy that can get that done with an athletic quarterback.
Loss of a yard after that stop by Weeks. It's 2nd and 11 at the LSU 25 in Oklahoma. Now going to talk about it. They'll burn a timeout, stops the clock with 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Timeout presented by Coushatta. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana, Coushatta Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet.
Definitely surprised they didn't take a look at that one. And you know, you don't have a timeout, so you can't stop the clock. Maybe give them more time to look at it there. But, you know, credit to LSU's defense for responding, getting a tackle for a loss on the next play.
A great response by Whit Weeks. And I think Gordy was right. I mean, both feet were in bounds, but as the catch was being made into the boundary, it looked like he didn't have control until his hips and entire upper body was laying on the ground on the sideline. But nonetheless, they took a look, said it was a good play. And LSU's defense able to come up with a big stop by Weeks, set them back 2nd down and 11 at the 25-yard line as the Tigers try to hold on to a 3-point lead. 17-14 with 3:45 remaining second quarter. So after the timeout, Sooners will send 2 receivers right, short side of the field, 2 wide to the left, single back in Gavin Sawchuk. Jackson Arnold shouts instructions to the offensive line. Now a little extra to his tight end. He'll step back into the shotgun. Here's the snap. Handoff. Going to be Sawchuk, and he gets upended, goes nowhere. He may have lost a yard at the 26. LSU just able to get to him. Javier Suggs kind of upended him.
Yeah.
Kind of crunched the offensive lineman and then was able to take down Sawchuk.
I mean, he's known for his pass rush ability in the inside. I mean, that was a run stuff there. I mean, he completely interrupted that run flow immediately.
3rd down and 12 for the Sooners. They're 0 for 3 on the night. LSU's defense trying to dig deep here for a bingo pest product 3rd down, looking for a stop. Arnold sends the running back out of the backfield. Quarterback draw. Arnold hit. Arnold goes down at the 26-yard line. No gain on the play. Again, it's Whit Weeks leading the charge defensively. He had several Tigers to help him as well. And Arnold with another tough stuff on the run attempt. It'll set up 4th down and 12, and we'll see the kick unit come on in Zach Smith. Smith on the year, 8 of 9 in field goals. Had a long of 56 earlier against Missouri. So this one will be about a 44-yarder from the far side hash, kicking towards the north end zone. Not a chip shot by any stretch of the imagination. With 2:28 clock moving second quarter. Ben Anderson, the long snapper for the Sooners. Waiting on the snap. Here it comes. Placement is down. Kick is on its way. Plenty of leg, and the kick is good. And we are tied 17-17 with 2:13 remaining before halftime at Tiger Stadium.
Now, what's going to be interesting here in this offensive series, I mean, you got 2:13 left. Obviously, you're an offense that typically would go try to get points because you've been one of the better offenses, right, in that 2-minute drill. But with your quarterback's health, what are you going to do? Are you going to, try to run the football, get to halftime CB, allow your quarterback to get healthy, remembering Oklahoma does get the football to start the second half, and so you kind of want to be aggressive here. How aggressive can you be with Garrett Nussmeier's injury?
11 plays, 49 yards, 4 minutes, 55 seconds. Drive would stall for the Sooners at the 26-yard line of the Tigers, but a 44-yard field goal by Zach Smith ties the game 17-all. Aaron Anderson back deep once again. A few moments ago had a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Williams to the far side, Anderson on the near side hash. Here's the approach by Smith. And again, end over end, Anderson coming over, and it will be fielded this time at about the 1. Comes up the numbers near side, spun off the defender at the 20, makes his way to the 25, fighting for extra yards, carries Sooners across the 30, almost to the 35-yard line. Aaron Anderson using everything he's got to move about 5 or 6 yards after initial contact. And boy, Aaron Anderson showing the fight tonight for his Tigers. And with 2:02 remaining, LSU's offense on the field in a tie game, 17-all.
That's great field position for LSU. And again, let's see how aggressive they're going to be, knowing points will be crucial here. You don't get the ball to start the second half.
Nussmeier back in at QB1. Motions Lacey on first down and 10 from the 34-yard line of their own. Give it to Williams. Williams tripped at the line and then crab walks his way to about the 38-yard line. And that will bring us to the 2-minute timeout with 1:58 remaining here in the second quarter. We'll take a timeout. 17-17. We've seen scores in so many different ways so far here in the first half. Do the Tigers have another? Find out after we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans, are you ready to roar? Oxbow Rum Distillery is the official rum for LSU athletics. Our cane to glass rum is made just 2 miles north of Tiger Stadium. We handcraft every drop from our own Louisiana sugarcane, all grown right across the river. So whether you're tailgating at the stadium or dropping by our tasting room for a tour and cocktail, you'll be keeping it local. Visit Oxbow Rum Distillery, open Thursday to Sunday, noon to 6. Go Tigers!
Bridgeway Hospice, the official hospice of LSU athletics, is the champion's choice for hospice care in South Louisiana. With over 10 years of excellence and experience, Bridgeway has 3 locations to serve you and your loved ones: Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and Plaquemine. Ask for Bridgeway Hospice by name, your champion's choice in comfort and compassionate care. Bridgeway Hospice says, go Tigers!
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of LSU athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Second quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by Dudley DeBosier, continues from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Dudley DeBosier stands up for the purple and gold. They fight for Tiger fans all across Louisiana. Dudley DeBosier, proud to be an official partner of LSU athletics. We got 1:58 remaining second quarter. We got a tie game, 17-17, LSU and Oklahoma. Here in the regular season finale coming up, we'll have the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger halftime report. Brian Haldane back in the studio. We'll run through the first half stats, highlights, and scores around the SEC and beyond. We can give you a little bit of a Republic Finance scoreboard. Again, last night, a marathon game in Athens. Georgia outlasts Georgia Tech in 8 overtimes, 44-42. Ole Miss struggled with Mississippi State, a team winless in league play, just 2-10 on the year, but Ole Miss pulls away late, 26-14 over the Bulldogs. Earlier today, Kentucky in that in-state rivalry got throttled by Louisville, 41-14. Missouri gets by Arkansas, 28-21. Alabama wins the Iron Bowl, 28-14 over Auburn. South Carolina keeps the wins racking up. The Gamecocks go into Little Death Valley in Clemson to get the win, 17-14 over the Clemson Tigers. Tennessee struggled a little bit against Vandy early, but get the win, 36-23 over the Commodores. And at last check, early moments of the second quarter, Texas leading Texas A&M in Bryan College Station, 7-0. We'll get a full recap of those scores coming up with Brian Haldane in just a bit. But right now it's 2nd down and 6. LSU scrimmaging from their own 38-yard line. Handoff Williams again, and he'll make it to the 40, or maybe just shy. Again, that side judge walks out on a yard line and then just kind of, again, to borrow Jacob's phrase, zigzags a yard or two back. So they say he's down at the 39. Nope. Let's see. Where do they place the ball? Yep, at the 39-yard line, just shy of the 40. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Tigers 3 for 8 on 3rd downs tonight. Nussmeier lines up in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, takes the snap, looks to his left, throws to Taylor. He's wide open, makes the grab at the 45, steps out of bounds, and it's a Louisiana Blue 1st down. That time Oklahoma defensively late getting over. Looked like Des Malone got his eyes in the wrong place, and he allowed Mason Taylor to have just an easy open pitch and catch, a gain of 6. And it'll be 1st and 10 now at the Tiger 46-yard line. Chester waiting to snap it back, does so. Garrett has it. Throws, Williams caught at the midfield stripe, breaks 1 tackle, gets to Sooner territory and stopped it around the 47-yard line. Right on top of the Tiger eye. A gain of 7. We're down to 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So LSU starts this drive with a couple of runs, now a couple of passes. Now playing on the Sooner side of the field in a tie game, 17-17. Nussmeier takes the shotgun snap. Looks to throw, again goes to Taylor in the flat. He'll make the grab this time. He's brought down quickly on the tackle by Robert Spears Jennings, but he picks up the Louisiana Blue 1st down. LSU lines it up, 1st and 10 at the 40. Nussmeier steps back in the pocket, slings it downfield. 1-on-1, looking for the ball. Chris Hilton makes the grab. He's got it, right corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Tigers. Chris Hilton stretches the field, gets his first touchdown on a long-distance throw from Garrett Nussmeier. 40-yard strike, and Hilton takes it away from pretty good coverage by Eli Bowen. But Hilton wanted it more, and the Tigers make it 23-17 with 45 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Look, that's a really nice job. We've been waiting for that play for a long time. Chris Hilton makes that play, and Garrett Nussmeier pulled the old crow hop out. He gave you everything he had in his arm for that throw, puts it only where his player can make a play, and that is just massive for LSU as they head into the locker room here after 45 more seconds.
Chris Hilton times his jump out nicely that time, hauls it in. Ramos swings the foot, point after it, good. And it's now 24-17, LSU back on top. That touchdown, Nussmeier to Hilton, brought to you by Louisiana Blue. And with that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute, I should say, to the Tigers General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. LSU. Again, you wonder, Jacob, with Garrett Nussmeier checking back in, how close to 100%, how aggressive would they be? But after they got a couple of runs, couple of passes, got to Sooner territory, Nussmeier unloads. Hilton brings it in, 6 plays, 66 yards. 1 minute, 17 seconds off the clock, and LSU back on top by 7, 24-17.
And if you're Oklahoma, you're probably not thinking that play's coming. I mean, everything's been intermediate. Everything's been a run. You're wondering, can this quarterback even throw it 10 to 15 yards? Well, I mean, he certainly did. And like I said, he put everything he had into that pass. And so Oklahoma started to cheat up a little bit. Play coverages close to the line of scrimmage. And what a call by Joe Sloan and this offensive staff, testing that arm strength, going down the field to Chris Hilton.
And Burrell with a football teed at the 35. Puts a foot into this one. End over end. And again, back in the end zone, 1 bounce and into the stands. And Oklahoma will have 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter, starting 1st and 10 at their own 25. Hey, Tiger fans, we're honored to serve 44 Farms Tiger Dogs in Tiger Stadium. You can enjoy their premium Angus beef at home. Visit 44steaks.com. Go Tigers! 44 Farms, proud partner of LSU Athletics. And again, we would love to thank tonight's game sponsor. And what a game so far it has been. Albertsons, official grocery partner of LSU Athletics. So here come the Sooners. See what Coach Brent Venables wants to offer up here with 45 seconds, now down by 7. Arnold with the snap, handoff, and it'll be Sawchuk right ahead. Crosses the line of scrimmage, gets just beyond the 26, maybe a yard and a half gain, not much doing. Clock down to 32 seconds. Oklahoma in no hurry here. Down to 25 seconds on the second quarter clock. And they look content to call it a half.
Yeah, this offense isn't built for, a quick, 2-minute, let's get on the ball, let's push the ball down the field. And so, that's why these situations are so big for LSU to get that momentum before, knowing that, Oklahoma's not set up for a final drive right there.
Sooners decide to just head to the locker room. LSU trying to get the fans back in this one. Tigers head to the locker room leading 24-17. Coming up, we'll go down on the field. Gordy Rush will have a chance to talk with Tiger head coach Brian Kelly, as always brought to you by Capital One. Wow, what a swing of emotions in this one tonight. Tigers took the early lead, then the fumble, scoop and score by Oklahoma ties it up. LSU sees Garrett Nussmeier go out of the game with what appeared to be a very rough shoulder injury. He returns. Aaron Anderson, by the way, in the meantime, just had a 100-yard kickoff return. We've seen a little bit of everything here in the first 30 minutes. It'll be interesting to hear from Coach Brian Kelly going into the locker room. I'm sure he is pleased his team at least has a 7-point lead and really appeared to take the momentum back as we head into halftime.
One of the things you got to make sure you're doing if you're Garrett Nussmeier is keep that shoulder loose during halftime. Don't allow it to stiffen up on you. Got 20 minutes, and then they're going to get the ball to start the second half, so you got to make sure you're doing everything you can to stay loose, because obviously he was in some pain there, and you're going to be 30 minutes before you touch the ball again.
Let's go down to Gordy Rush.
All right, Coach, a lot of big plays, a lot of emotional swings, none bigger than your quarterback, Garrett Nussmeier, coming back from the locker room after an X-ray and delivering that huge pass.
Yeah, he got checked out by our medical staff. Obviously, we're worried about the clavicle, but X-rays were negative, and I gave him the option that he didn't have to go in there. AJ, we feel like he could run our offense, but getting him out here and making the big play, and certainly getting Aaron Anderson with the kickoff return. We've been missing those plays all year, and finally we got the big chunk play down the field, and obviously the kickoff return.
Real quick, defensively, a lot of great plays, eliminating the bust, the big plays.
Yeah, obviously we don't want the quarterback running out on it. We got to set the edge with our outside backer so we can turn that thing back inside. Devon Keys is our young player outside. He's got to set that edge so we get that ball back up inside.
Thanks, Coach. Chris?
Thank you, Gordy. Thank you, Coach. We're at halftime here at Tiger Stadium. And LSU leads Oklahoma 24-17 in the regular season finale. Coming up, the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger halftime report. Brian Haldane takes it over in the Capital One studio. We'll be back for third quarter action. Our score at the break, LSU 24, Oklahoma 17 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Looking for a rewarding career? Become a medic and make a real impact in your community. Acadian Ambulance offers comprehensive training and a supportive team. Visit becomeamedic.com to learn more and start your journey. That's becomeamedic.com.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Secretary of State Nancy Landry. Defense is important on the football field and during elections. And Louisiana has an all-star team keeping our elections safe and secure. Our 5-star election integrity measures mean you can be confident when you cast your vote. To learn more about how we defend your vote and to check upcoming dates and deadlines, visit GEAUXvote.com or download the free Go Vote mobile app. Go Tigers!
Planning a wedding, corporate, or fundraising event, sporting event, or private party? Party Central has top quality, distinctive rentals that ensure your event will be a success. Party Central is a full-service event rental company that creates memorable and inspiring events throughout Louisiana for over 20 years. They are the experts you need to guarantee your event is a success. At Party Central, it's all in the details. Visit their website at partycentralweb.com and start planning your next event today.
Welcome in to the ISC Fighting Tiger Halftime Report. Presented by ISC Constructors. Powered by People. Coming up, a breakdown of the first half with highlights, stats, and a check of the Republic Finance scoreboard. Now, from inside legendary Tiger Stadium in the Capital One Studios, here again is Brian Haldane.
Tiger fans, starting a job is easy, but you got to be tough to finish it. The Ford F-150 truck offers gas, power boost, and hybrid or all-electric powertrains, so you have all you need to get the job done right. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck, 47 straight years. See your Southern quality Ford dealer. We are going to go ahead and start off with that scoring recap. And the game started off with both teams trading punts. Then LSU would draw first blood. That would be a 7-play, 50-yard drive, capped off by Garrett Nussmeier hitting Kyron Lacey. From 18 yards out, but Lacey put the finishing touches on this one to put LSU up 7-0.
They'll send Lacey in motion left to right, 3 wide to the right side. Here's the snap. Nussmeier looking left, forced out of the pocket, throws. Wide open Lacey at the 17, far side. Gets out the side, the numbers, 10-5, touchdown, Fighting Tigers. 18-yard touchdown, Nussmeier to Kyron Lacey. And the Tigers score first, 6-0 with 7:09 to play. Lacey on the year with his 9th receiving touchdown. Nussmeier dials up his 24th of the year. And Damian Ramos on trying to add one more.
That would make it 7-0 LSU. Oklahoma would even things up on a fumble recovery, or I should say, you had Garrett Nussmeier was sacked for a loss of 10 yards, but did cough up the ball. Oklahoma ran that one in from it was in the end zone, making it 7-7. Teams would trade punts again, then LSU would be back on the board. A 5-play, 44-yard drive, this time capped off with a Damian Ramos 34-yard field goal, making it 10-7 LSU.
And Damian Ramos will come on and try to regain the lead for LSU with his foot, looking at about a 34-yarder, just inside the far side hash, kicking towards the south end zone.
Obviously, these points going to be crucial here now, trying to take a deep breath for your offense and try to regroup.
Well within his range. Ramos 19 of 24 on the season. Swings the leg. Kick is up, and the kick is good. LSU back on top, 10-7.
But that lead would be short-lived as Oklahoma would then respond with a Oklahoma would then respond with a touchdown, making it 14-10. That would be a 3-play, 75-yard drive, capped off with a Xavier Robinson 2-yard touchdown. LSU would go back up 17-14 on the ensuing kickoff. And, well, you know what? I'm not going to try to describe it. I'm just going to let you hear it.
Aaron Anderson again back deep. Xavier Thomas with a tough shot to the head, still unable to go for the Tigers. As Gordy told us, they'll reevaluate as the game goes on, and kick going to be fielded by Anderson right at the goal line, near side. Cuts to the middle of the field. Anderson with room across the 25-30. He's across midfield, far sideline. Couple of blockers leading the way. Anderson, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Fighting Tigers. 99 yards for Aaron Anderson, and the Tigers regain the lead, 16-14 over the Sooners. Hey now.
Oklahoma would return with a field goal to tie things up at 17. Then Garrett Nussmeier would come back in after a quick visit to the locker room and put the icing on the first half, hitting Chris Hilton Jr. to give the Tigers a 24-17 lead.
1st and 10 at the 40. Nussmeier steps back in the pocket, slings it downfield. One-on-one, looking for the ball. Chris Hilton makes the grab. He's got it, right corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Tigers.
And that is where the half would end. Well, with the Damian Ramos extra point, that is where the half would end. Your score at half, LSU 24, Oklahoma 17. Take a quick, Capital One is offering checking and savings accounts with no fees nor minimums. What's in your wallet? Now we can take that break. Come back. We will run down the stats of the first half right after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot fast and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Back with more on the ISC Fighting Tiger Halftime Report. ISC Constructors, powered by people. With a look at the first half stats, here again is Brian Haldane.
LSU has an 11-7 lead on first downs. LSU is 4 of 9 on third. Right now, Oklahoma is 0 for 4. 0 for 4 on third downs. LSU has tried one fourth down conversion, and they've gotten it. Tigers have a 17-minute, 16-second to 12-minute, 44-second lead when it comes to time of possession. Time now for your rushing report, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. On LSU side, Caden Durham has 6 carries for 59 yards. Josh Williams, 8 for 19. Nussmeier with that sack, among others, 2 carries for a -17. That's a net of 61 for the Tigers. Over on Oklahoma side, Jackson Arnold, 6 carries, 52 yards. Xavier Robinson, 7 for 17. And Gavin Sawchuk, 2 for 1. Now let's move to the passing report, brought to you by L'Auberge Baton Rouge Casino and Hotel. Garrett Nussmeier, 14 of 19 for 147 yards. He has thrown for 2 scores. A.J. Swan got in there for 1 of 3. That one was for 8 yards. Over on the Oklahoma side, Jackson Arnold, 6 for 10 for 84 yards. Don't miss out on the Bud Light Fan Zone. Enjoy live music, delicious food, and ice-cold drinks all before every home game. It's the place to be on game day, all thanks to Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. We got a quick break coming up. We'll check scores from around the country. But first, let's take another visit of 100 years worth of celebration inside Tiger Stadium.
Celebrating 100 years of legendary Tiger Stadium. Proudly presented by EFCU Financial.
Number 10 LSU saw an opportunity to beat number 6 Alabama, and first-year head coach Brian Kelly took it, electing to attempt a 2-point conversion while trailing 31-30 in the first overtime period. LSU quarterback Jaden Daniels sprinted to his right and completed the 3-yard pass to freshman tight end Mason Taylor, who scored just inside the front right corner of the south end zone to give the Tigers a 32-31 victory. On the first play of LSU's overtime possession, Daniels had scrambled 25 yards for Pater, cutting the Crimson Tide advantage 31-30 before the Tigers executed the game-winning 2-pointer.
Here we go. Snap to Daniels. Sprint out. Throw to the right. Caught. Right corner of the end zone. Mason Taylor. Tigers win. Tigers win. Hey now. 32-31. And the fans storm the field. Wow!
Celebrating 100 years of legendary Tiger Stadium. Proudly presented by EFCU Financial.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
half of the world's population depends on rice for 80% of their daily food needs. By 2050, population growth could increase rice demand by 30%. But as climate changes, rice output is decreasing. At LSU, we're using genetics, genomics, and AI to create new rice that yields more with less resources. We're not just feeding the hungry, we're growing a better future.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Moments away from second half action for LSU Fighting Tiger football. Here's a quick check of the Republic Finance scoreboard on the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger halftime report from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
That scoreboard update brought to you by Republic Finance. Visit Republic Finance for all your personal loan needs. Get started at republicfinance.com/Tigers. Washington is at number 1 Oregon right now, and Oregon having no trouble in the second quarter. 5:01 to go in the second quarter. The Ducks are up 28-6. Michigan stepped up to upset number 2 Ohio State, 13-10. Your final score there. Number 3 Texas is out in front. The Longhorns battling the Aggies right now. 8:19 to go in the second quarter, and Texas is up 14-0 in that contest. 4th-ranked Penn State rolled over Maryland 44-7. USC made it a game for a little over a half versus Notre Dame before the 5th-ranked Irish turned it on the way to a 49-35 win. Syracuse upsets number 6 Miami 42-38. Number 7 Georgia took 8 overtimes to beat Georgia Tech last night 44-42. 8th-ranked Tennessee topped Vandy 36-23. It was number 9 SMU having no problem with Cal 38-6. Your final score there. 10th-ranked Indiana taking on Purdue right now, and Indiana looking to right the ship. They're up 28-0 over the Boilermakers at halftime. Number 11 Boise State beats Oregon State 34-18. And how about some playoff talk for number 15 South Carolina? They closed out their regular season 17-14 with a win over Clemson. Alabama doubled up Auburn in the Iron Bowl 28-14. Ole Miss was a 26-14 Egg Bowl winner last night. It was number 16 Arizona State 49, Arizona 7, and rounding out the top 25 action right now, 24th ranked Kansas State is at the Iowa State Cyclones. Cyclones hold a 17-14 lead, 5:49 to go in the second quarter of that contest. In-state, Tulane closed out their playoff hopes, falling 34-24 to Memphis on Thanksgiving Day. Lafayette wins the Battle of the ULs. They top UL Monroe 37-23. La Tech closes out their season with a 33-0 win over Kennesaw State. And closing out New Orleans, Southern wins the Bayou Classic 24-14 over Grambling. Once again, our score, LSU 24, Oklahoma 17. We'll send you back inside the stadium right after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ho-ho! Welcome to the Make It Jingle with Chris Kringle podcast. Today, we're talking to Jan from Toyota, all about Toyota thoughts.
Hi!
So, Jan, got any red Tacomas?
Yeah, we have a great selection of vehicles, including Tacomas.
After my big job, I'm taking the missus down to Florida to go surfing.
Did you say Florida? Can the elves and I go too?
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 2nd. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyota Thon, which ends on January 6th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
Looking for a rewarding career? Become a medic and make a real impact in your community. Acadian Ambulance offers comprehensive training and a supportive team. Visit becomeamedic.com to learn more and start your journey. That's becomeamedic.com.
Out on the field or on the court is where thousands of LSU athletes learn lessons of a lifetime. I know I did.
Learning about hard work, sacrifice, and teamwork makes a huge difference in people's lives.
That's why we're proud to be an official partner of LSU Athletics.
Dudley DeBosier is a firm that brings our LSU values to work with us every day.
Because we believe that's how you make a difference in people's lives.
The Dudley DeBosier difference. Demand Dudley DeBosier, official partner of LSU Athletics.
Chad Dudley, Baton Rouge, LA 2112229.
This has been the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger Halftime Report. Second half action of LSU Fighting Tiger football is coming up. Once again, from inside the broadcast booth, here are Gordy, Jacob, and Chris on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
All right, and welcome back inside of Tiger Stadium. What is your LSU Tigers 24, Oklahoma 17. Big plays there at the end of the half for LSU to take the lead. Oklahoma will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. A lot of big plays. Scored, I think, a little bit of everything in that first half. We'll see if the second half is as exciting as that first half was. And now as we get set for the opening kickoff of the second half, we'll welcome back on to the broadcast the voice of your LSU Tigers, Chris Blair.
Thank you, Jacob. Things getting a little chilly here, and has since the sun dropped or found its home in the western sky. Everybody bundled up here in the booth, I can only imagine, for those out in the stadium. But, of course, an exciting first half of football will keep you there. It's current temperatures now with a clear sky, 46 degrees. As we get set to start the second half of action. Again, the Tigers leading 24-17. As Brian Haldane told you, LSU finished with 216 yards total offense. The Sooners 154 in that first 30 minutes of action. The Sooners won the toss. They deferred to the second half. Again, LSU able to get that score late in the second quarter to get them on top 24-17. So Aaron Burrell will have the honors, kicking the football left to right to start the third quarter of play. Hopefully the Tiger defense can continue the momentum the Tigers took into that halftime locker room. Here's the approach. Burrell puts a foot into it. Wobbly kick, and again, out of the back of the end zone. It will be a touchback, and Oklahoma will start first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Defensively, Jacob, we saw Oklahoma really start to rely on Jackson Arnold running the football, which, again, we've mentioned many times. The dual threat quarterback has caused problems for LSU against South Carolina, obviously against Alabama. They did a really good job against Arkansas and did a good job last week against Diego Pavia. We'll see how they adjust here in the second half. Arnold in the pistol formation. A toss coming near side. With it, I believe, is Robinson. Tried to cut back to his right and maybe got a yard to the 26-yard line. Again, LSU has set the end around motion and then decided to turn and toss to the near side. But LSU not fooled, stayed at home, made a good tackle. It'll be second down and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Something you might see from LSU's defense moving forward. I mean, we talked about it in the pregame. An old school 4-3 with 3 true linebackers in there, maybe to try to stop some of that Q run that Oklahoma's had success with.
Right now, the running backs outside of Arnold only averaging 1.8 yards per carry. A quick fire out to the near side. Again, LSU flying to the football. Catch and grab by Jacob Jordan, but he's dropped quickly by Zy Alexander on the near sideline. And it will be third down and about 7 here. And Oklahoma 0 for 4 on third downs. Tiger defense with a chance to get a stop here on a Bengal Pest Product third down. Ball placed at the 28-yard line of the Sooners. Arnold steps up to the offensive line, now steps back into the shotgun. He's got Robinson on a wing to his left. Here's the snap. Tigers, tight pocket. He escapes, running to his right, across the 30, cuts back at the 35, center of the field, and dives forward to the 43-yard line, picks up the first down on a 15-yard run for the Oklahoma quarterback.
This is where you have to be careful. There was no defender in the middle of the football field at that intermediate level to stop the Q run. Jackson Arnold is not going to beat you here in this stadium today, pushing the football down the field. You'd like to see LSU keep somebody at home for that play right there.
Coach Kelly mentioned playing much better against the quarterback run. Here's the handoff. Robinson tried to go right, then cut back left, and he'll lose a yard to the 43 as Greg Penn able to make a quality tackle. As we roll under 13 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, the Tigers up 24-17, and the first ever meeting between the Sooners and Tigers as SEC opponents.
I'll tell you, Jacob, I'll go a little further. On third down, and you get third and long, I'd rather keep the base defense on the field instead of going that specialty package where they've been so aggressive. Just not tonight, not against this quarterback.
Jordan motions right to left here at the snap. Arnold has to skirt, trying to get to the right side, but LSU with great pursuit will force him out of bounds, shy of the 45-yard line. And again, well shy of the first down. Sticks. So now looking at 3rd and 8. Sooners just converted on their first third down a moment ago. They're 1 for 5 on the night. Braden Swinson with a great job forcing Arnold into the boundary on that last drive, last play. 3rd down and 8, another Bingo Pest product 3rd down opportunity for this Tiger defense. Crowd is into it here at legendary Tiger Stadium. The offensive line rises for the Sooners, now back down in their stance. It'll be Salchuk, the wide out, or rather running back to the right, and the play clock was dwindling down as Oklahoma took some time, and they eventually called the timeout, presented by Coushatta. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana, Coushatta Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet. We'll take a full timeout with them. 11:53 remaining third quarter, just underway in the second half. LSU up 24-17. Sooners looking at 3rd and 8 from their own 45 when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tiger fans, this is Eddie Kennison, former LSU football wide receiver. If you know me, you know I'm all about making big plays.
Tigers win! Tigers win!
That's why I joined the team at LSU Sports Properties. Our goal here is to help businesses make big plays both on and off the field. If you want to give your brand that competitive edge and be a part of the biggest stage in college sports, give the corporate sponsorship team at LSU Athletics a call. Your brand, our fans. Utilize the power of LSU Athletics to promote your business and sponsor LSU Athletics today. Call 225-578-2788. Go Tigers.
LSU Tiger fans are gearing up with real Tigers apparel and merchandise from the official online store at lsushop.net. Get jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, official team merchandise from Nike, accessories, and much more. Over 3,600 products, all shipped right to your door. Head to the place real Tiger fans go for the selection only real Tiger fans get at lsushop.net.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
She's got a seam. He's down the near side hash.
Tiger fans, if you've ever wanted to listen to the LSU Sports Radio Network while watching your Fighting Tigers on TV, now you can, and it's easy to do.
Just pause the TV. Use the LSU Sports mobile app to stream the audio on your smartphone or tablet. Connect to a smart speaker, then wait for the audio to catch up to the point your TV is paused. Push play, and you are all set.
Watch the Tigers and listen with the LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
15, 10, 5, touchdown! Tigers!
Live coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Back here at Tiger Stadium, while we have a quick moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. This is Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hear the Tigers roar worldwide. The LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
Along with Jacob Hester, Gordy Rush, and our straw stirring the drink, Brian Haldane, back in the Capital One studio. Chris Blair, happy to have you with us on this Saturday night. The Tigers of LSU lead Oklahoma 24-17. Just a few moments into the third quarter, 11:53 remaining. And during that timeout, we had a fan decide that he wanted to go from the west side to the east side. He decided to cut across the middle of the field, and he was quickly apprehended. And his night comes to a very quick end. After the timeout, Oklahoma looking at 3rd and 8 from their own 45-yard line. Arnold, 3-step drop in the pocket. Now the pocket gets tight, and he will throw it away. Spun around and just threw it into the Sooner sideline. That'll set up 4th down and 8. And the Tiger defense comes up strong on a Bengal pass product 3rd down, and looks like a punting situation. And now we'll see Savion Thomas return after being shaken up early in that first half. He's back out there now, setting up inside the 10 to receive this punt from Luke Elzinga.
Yeah, you see punt safe out there for LSU after last week. Vanderbilt able to execute the fake punt. LSU taking no chances here on this one.
Elzinga waits on the snap. He stands at the 30, gets it, lets it fly from the 34 of his own. Punt in the air. Thomas calls for the fair catch, has it at the 12-yard line far side after a 43-yard punt. And LSU's offense now will get the football for the first time here in the second half. Fans, the holidays are here and Toyotathon is on. Experience the true joy and magic of the season in a new Toyota. Hurry into your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. You know, the gentleman who decided to cross the field, it was almost as if he had something to do down there, and he just kind of casually walked from sideline to sideline and then jumped the fence on the east stands, and that's where he was met by authorities. Tough way to end the night. On 1st down, they hand it off to Durham, and Durham is tackled quickly after losing 2 yards. He's dropped back at the 10-yard line. Good stop up front. Danny Stutzman, again, one of the highly heralded linebackers, led the charge. Senior out of Windermere, Florida, has been a staple in this Oklahoma defense.
Yeah, by far their leading tackler. He's got 100 on the year coming in. Second on the team was Robert Spears Jennings with only 58.
So it'll be 2nd down and 12 as Nussmeier looking to throw. Late pressure comes. He'll drop it off to Durham, and he is absolutely nailed at the 10-yard line. No gain on the play. Big-time hit from Billy Bowman Jr., the senior out of Denton, Texas. That'll set up 3rd and 12 quickly for the Tiger offense.
Yeah, I mean, he's a playmaker. We mentioned it early in the broadcast. He's got 11 career interceptions. He has a handful of touchdowns. Dynamic once he gets the ball in his hands as well. So certainly an impactful player for Oklahoma coming in.
Tigers will try 3rd down and 12. They're 4 for 9 on the night. Looking to convert here, keep the drive going on their first possession of the second half. Empty backfield, Nussmeier, quick throw to Durham. He's got blockers far side. Durham sidesteps a defender at the 20, makes his way up to the 24-yard line. A Louisiana Blue 1st down on the quick screen to running back Caden Durham.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker for a defense, right? You think you got him 3rd and long. You've got a quarterback that's got a little bit of an injured wing there. You're thinking there's no way they're going to convert on here. An easy pitch and catch. It turns into a 1st down.
Again, the running backs involved in the passing game tonight. 9th catch by a Tiger running back. Sets up 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Tigers get a little breathing room after starting this drive at the 12. Nussmeier working with Williams. The give to Josh. Josh, a little bit of a hole and surges up near the 29-yard line. Fights for the 30, but they'll say his knee was down at the 29 after a gain of 5. That time the secondary for Oklahoma having to come up and help Stutzman on the tackle. As again, Josh Williams with a head of steam headed that way. It'll be 2nd and 5 now at the 29-yard line of their own. Tigers break from the huddle quickly. 18 on the play clock. Pistol formation. Williams behind Nussmeier. Daniels and Anderson wide to the right side. Play action. Nussmeier drops it off. It'll be Williams with the catch, and he'll be dropped at the 28 near side by Robert Spears Jennings. Another nice open field tackle. No gain on the play. And that will set up 3rd down and 5 for LSU. Leading 24-17 over Oklahoma. Under 9 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
I tell you, Jacob, middle of the field's got to be wide open. Those safeties are crashing so hard on the running back. That's Bowman coming down. Anything over the top. They want to test Nussmeier's arm. Anything over the top very well may be open.
Oklahoma showing blitz. Now they'll back up as Nussmeier waits on the shotgun snap and gets it. In the pocket. Now it gets crowded. He's going to sprint. Nussmeier wanting to run, falls forward at about the 36-yard line. He'll pick up the Louisiana Blue first down as he went ahead first. Protect that shoulder, G. But he picks up the Louisiana Blue first down up to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that felt, diving on that injured shoulder, but Nussmeier showed us all season long whatever he's got to do for those 3 letters on the side of his helmet.
This time a handoff. Williams got hit in the backfield, but able to break away and force his way up to the 39. Gain of 3 before the Sooners able to get him down. Again in that first half. Time of possession fairly even as we have a Sooner slow to get up. He's down at the 37-yard line on his back. It's Grayson Halton, the junior defensive tackle from San Diego, and we'll get a full injury timeout. LSU, of course, fortunate to have a healthcare partner like Our Lady of the Lake Health to provide exceptional care when something like that happens. Their regional medical center down the street is the region's only level 1 trauma center, and it's where athletes go who need further care. They'll take a look at the injured Grayson Halton for the Sooners. 7:45 remains here in the third quarter. LSU leading 24-17. Tigers looking at 2nd and 7 from their own 39 when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of LSU Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
In a region famous for its cuisine, Blue Plate Mayo has been a staple since 1927. From New Orleans to Lafayette, Houma to Baton Rouge, it's the mayo Louisiana reaches for when it's time to make something delicious. Whether it's dressing a po' boy or making that perfect dipping sauce for crawfish, it has to be Blue Plate. Blue Plate Mayo, the official mayo of LSU Athletics. That's the good stuff.
Hey, Tiger fans, it's time to savor the celebration with Noel Tequila from Noel Spirits. This year marks 100 incredible years of LSU football in legendary Tiger Stadium. What better way to savor the celebration than with Noel Tequila, the official tequila of LSU Athletics. Noel Spirits is the only Louisiana distillery offering authentic tequila. Enjoy Noel Tequila in Tiger Stadium with a delicious Tiger Rita or one of their new ready-to-drink tequila cocktails. Learn the unique Noel Spirit story at noeldistillery.com.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Attendance tonight, 99,364. Tiger fans have had a lot to cheer about, including a 100-yard touchdown kickoff return by Aaron Anderson. It's the second for the Tigers here at Tiger Stadium since 1981. The last one, Trey Palmer back in 2020 during that COVID-shortened season. But Aaron Anderson had to step in for Xavier Thomas, who was shaken up in that first quarter. And again, a couple of nice returns so far in the game.
That's hard to believe with all the great returners that LSU football has had. I guess they enjoy doing it on the road. You know, there's nothing better than making a play, I guess, on the road sometimes and silencing the crowd there. But, I mean, Trendon Holiday, Buster Davis, Tyrann Mathieu, all these returners, that's quite the stat there.
Well, it's interesting. Xavier Thomas had 143 kickoff return yards against Alabama this year, which is enough to be sixth most for LSU football history. Aaron Anderson, 153 kickoff return yards, including the 100-yard touchdown return. That's already fifth most in LSU history. I'm not sure if he'll get another chance because Thomas is back, and that's a great sign for LSU. But he only needs 12 more for the record, which was held by Trendon Holiday back in 2008.
There you go. And Trendon Holiday was a threat in the punt return game and the kick return game every time he touched it. One time we were with the Broncos, a punt return and a kick return for a touchdown in the playoffs. And you know what, CB? We still lost the game somehow.
I was talking to LSU great Eddie Kinnison today on campus, and I asked Eddie if he was ready to suit up. He said, look, I got 4 plays from the 5-yard and in. And I'll finish the day 4 for 4 receptions for 20 yards and 4 scores.
That's right. 5 yards. He's got me by 4 yards.
2nd down and 7 for the Tigers. This will be the 8th play of the drive after forcing the early punt by Oklahoma on their opening possession of the 3rd quarter. Tigers leading 24-17. LSU Athletics would like to thank tonight's game sponsor once again, Albertsons, official grocery partner of LSU Athletics. So after the injury timeout to Grayson Halton, LSU now lines back up. 2nd and 7 from their own 39. Nussmeier takes the snap. Quick fire. Gets it out on the far edge. Kyron Lacey off and running across midfield. Gets to the Oklahoma 45-yard line. Easily picks up the Louisiana Blue first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Yeah, that's one of those plays that you come in and you say, hey, look, they are playing off coverage. If we just snap the ball, I promise if you throw it out to me, I make one guy miss, it's going to be a first down. That is something that LSU will probably come back to until Oklahoma shows you they'll stop it.
3rd catch of the night for Kyron Lacey for 41 yards. It's 1st and 10 now at the Oklahoma 46. Mark it just outside the 45. Nussmeier will send Hilton and Anderson to the right. Lacey, lone receiver to the left. Snap in the hands of Nussmeier, looking to unload. Fires it deep down the field, looking for Hilton. Diving catch in the end zone. He's got it! Touchdown, Fighting Tigers. 45-yard strike. 2nd one tonight. Nussmeier to Chris Hilton. And the Tigers extend the lead 30-17. Peeling the top of this Oklahoma defense for the 2nd time tonight. Point after upcoming with 6:48 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
You know, you go back and you look the last stretch of games, Chris Hilton was open on these plays, but look, there was some rust there. He hadn't played the ball in a very long time, got deep into the season before he was able to go out there. And you look at a play like this, it just changes the dynamic of the offense.
Again, got behind the defense. Great throw. Nuss put it where only Chris could get to it. Lunges forward, lands on the S in LSU. And we may be taking some time here lining up for the point after. Now they're set to go. I was afraid maybe, again, they always check scoring plays, but obviously it was a catch. He held on, finished the play, and put 6 on the board. So a great start for the Tigers here in the 3rd quarter with 6:48 remaining. Here's the snap from Slade Roy. Placement down. Kick is up. And the kick is good. 31-17 LSU. Their largest lead of the night. That touchdown. 45-yard connection. Nussmeier to Hilton. Presented by Louisiana Blue. And with that good point after, that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Tigers General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate.
LSU Athletics.
Gordy, we've heard Coach Kelly talk about it really since week number 1. Weren't sure how long it would take for Chris Hilton to get back in the lineup, but he made no bones about it. The only thing lacking was the ability for LSU's offense to stretch the field, and they tried a number of times in Gainesville, couldn't connect. Tried against Alabama, couldn't connect. But boy, 2 big connections tonight, and that certainly puts a lot of pressure the rest of the evening on the Sooners.
That changes everything. You get Chris Hilton that can take the top off of the defense. Now, Brett Venables, you know he wants to mix in some man. He wants to be aggressive, test out Nussmeier's shoulder a little bit. And you beat him twice now, that back shoulder fade at the end of the half. And then this one, he's going to think twice about doing that.
Aaron Burrell fires this one off the foot out of the back of the end zone. Oklahoma will start once again 1st and 10 at their own 25. Only 1 return tonight for Sooner special teams. And a 31-17 LSU lead. Fans, Our Lady of the Lake, proud to be LSU's championship health partner. Together, LSU and Our Lady of the Lake, champions for Louisiana. Together we roar. Learn more at olrmc.com/LSU. Again, if you just happen to be tuning in and you hear Nussmeier chunk it 45 yards down the center of the field, you may not know that he was out of this game for an extended period after being sacked and injuring his right shoulder. But after going into the locker room, going into some medical care, he comes back out and has tossed 2 long-distance touchdowns. On first down, they'll throw it out to Jacob Jordan. The completion by Arnold picks up 11 yards to the far sideline and a first down for Oklahoma. Gets the clock back moving, 6 minutes, 40 seconds remaining third quarter. And this, again, we talked about the end of the second quarter, Jacob. It's not an offense that's built for quick strike potential. Now, there's still plenty of time in this game, but it's going to be interesting to see how the co-offensive coordinators, Joe John Finley and Kevin Johns, try to approach this. They'll hand this one off, and up the middle, running with it is Robinson for a couple. That's all.
Yeah, you're right. You put pressure on them, right? You keep scoring. They know they've got to play catch up, and this is an offense. They want to control the game. You look at how they controlled the game against Alabama a week ago, right? They kept them having to panic on offense because they were controlling the ball. They run the football really well. Defense was playing well, only gave up 3 points. Now this is a situation they're not comfortable in.
Second down and 7 after the 3-yard gain for Robinson. Arnold with the snap, looking right. Here comes pressure. He unloads quickly to Robinson underneath at the 40. He will scamper a couple of yards just shy of the 43 on the far side hash before Greg Penn brings him down defensively. Gain of 3. Sets up third and about 4 upcoming. And the Tigers able to stop the Sooners on third down to force that punt in the opening drive of the third quarter. Another Bingo Pest Product third down. Here's LSU out on the field trying to get Tiger fans into this one.
Yeah, I would certainly think all things Jackson Arnold here on this third down. If I'm LSU, going to be interesting to see how they play a base defense right now on the field.
They'll bring Sawchuk, who was lined up wide, back to the offensive backfield. He'll motion out prior to the snap. Arnold steps up in the pocket now, green grass, and he lunges forward across the 45, the 46 to the 47-yard line. Picks up 5 and a first down for Oklahoma. Second time you've been right, Jacob. Yeah, it's getting old.
Yeah, I don't want to be right. I would love to be wrong and hold my hand up and let y'all know, but I mean, it's pretty predictable. They motion to empty. You don't keep someone in the middle of the defense to protect against a quarterback run. That's what he does. That's what he wants to do. That is his biggest strength there. So surprised LSU bailed and played coverage.
So far tonight, the Sooners quarterback was 75 yards rushing on first down. Looking to throw, steps up in the pocket again, nothing but green grass, and he'll dive forward across midfield to the LSU 48-yard line. Weeks was coming with reckless abandon, but couldn't get to him in time after he had taken the near side flat. Nobody again, middle of the field, and 5-yard gain for Arnold sets up second down and 5 now at the LSU 48-yard line.
You know, it doesn't have to be a linebacker either. I mean, you can play some kind of a stunt, some kind of a game where maybe it's Swenson, the edge defender, who kind of swings back into the middle of the defense, but you got to account for Jackson Arnold.
Arnold with the snap. This time the handoff. It'll be Sawchuk, and he finds a crease inside the 45 down to the LSU 40-yard line. Secondary, along with Weeks, having to come up and make the tackle, but picks up 8 yards. And suddenly now Oklahoma finding some rhythm, and it's all coming on the ground here, led by Jackson Arnold.
Interesting here, Bo Davis is going to sub in both freshman defensive tackles. They're not freshmen anymore. It's week 12, but Bro and McKinley on this crucial series.
First and 10 at the LSU 40-yard line. Empty backfield for Arnold, 3 wide to the right, single receiver to the left. Drops back 3 steps, throws, caught at the 36. Bringing it in, the tight end, Bauer Sharp, the junior out of Dothan, Alabama. Picks up 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6 as we hit 3 minutes remaining third quarter. LSU up 31-17 over Oklahoma.
Yeah, they're going to keep coming back to that empty look as well because you still have the run threat with your quarterback. And if you put that many players out into route, then you got to cover them, right? So you spread the defense out. You get the linebackers kind of out of the box. So those young defensive tackles have to have gap integrity here with their rush.
Second and 6 from the Tiger 36. Arnold, swing pass. Look like they're going to throw back, and they'll toss it into the air. Intercepted at the 27-yard line. Down the far sideline, Sage Ryan takes it away. Oklahoma pulls it out of the gadget bag, and LSU blows it up. They got it to Bauer Sharp. He went right side looking to throw, but LSU had pressure. Should have just eaten the football, but he decided to toss it up. Nobody there but Sage Ryan. And LSU gets a takeaway against the Sooners, and it stops a promising drive.
Penalties decline. First down, LSU.
So a legal man downfield, doesn't matter. They'll decline it, LSU football.
Yeah, Chris, that can't happen if you're Oklahoma. That is a redshirt junior that you're entrusting this trick play with. It's supposed to be a throwback to Arnold. LSU plays it well. Possessions are precious at this point. You cannot do that. You cannot throw the football in the air. I mean, that's an easy play for LSU's defense to make. I mean, you're driving the football. You just eat that when you live to play another down. That is a shocking development that Sharp put that in the air after it was well played by LSU.
Ashton Stamps with the pressure in the backfield and nearly had him on the ground. He decided to just throw it up. Nobody there but Sage Ryan. And LSU takes over, leading 31-17, 1st and 10. They'll swing it out on the pass, near side across the 45 with it. Aaron Anderson getting involved in the passing game, picks up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5, marked up at the 48-yard line, just shy of the 48 of the Tigers with 2:06. Devastating blow to this Oklahoma offense, who again already down 31-17. Had a little rhythm, had some movement, marching down the field. But they try the trick play, and it goes nowhere. In fact, it goes the other way, thanks to Sage Ryan. 2nd down and 4 from the Tiger 48. Nussmeier steps back in the pocket, steps up, throws down the middle of the field, and overthrows Mason Taylor on a seam down around the 30-yard line. Luckily, no Sooners in the vicinity. It's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 4 now at the LSU 48.
Yeah, you see Nussmeier hitting his chest there. He knows he missed one. He had 2 open receivers. Certainly, you had Mason Taylor in that void. And for Mason, he's kind of sitting down in that void. He's not going to continue to coverage there. Nussmeier kind of threw him into the coverage, and Mason Taylor did a nice job of finding the void. Now Nussmeier's got to find him in that void.
3rd down and 4. Lacey motions right to left. He'll join Taylor and Daniels as wideouts to the left of the formation. Aaron Anderson just off the formation to the right. Nussmeier going to his left, now running back to his right. Pressure coming. Nussmeier tucks, dives forward across midfield. And they'll say he was pretty close at about the 48-yard line. Looks like the near side spot not as favorable. He'll be just a little shy. You can hear the roar of the crowd as Nussmeier tucks and runs. He was nowhere close to the sticks when he decided to run with it, and suddenly there's a swell of this crowd. That tells you how they appreciate the gutsy play tonight of Garrett Nussmeier. And it'll be 4th and less than a yard. He was just shy on the near side, and LSU going to go for it on 4th down. 4th and less than a yard at the Sooner 49. Snap, Nussmeier, a little low, but hands it off. Williams, and Williams will fight his way to the 46 and pick up the Louisiana Blue 1st down. And that's what you have to love if you're LSU. Yeah. You line up, you need less than a yard. Let's go right at them.
Yeah, there's been times that look, LSU struggled in that area earlier in the season. They've gotten better and better as the season's gone along. Certainly over the last couple of weeks, they've been much better in those short yardage situations, and the running backs have had great individual effort. The push has been better as well, and so I like the aggressive nature there going for it as well.
Down to 38 seconds, clock moving, 3rd quarter. LSU looking at 1st and 10 now at the Sooner 46-yard line, up 31-17. And at the snap, whistles blow, play is halted. Looks like a timeout taken by LSU. Let's wait and see.
LSU.
Yep. Tigers burn a timeout here with 31 seconds. The timeout, as always, presented by Coshada, escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet. So with 31 seconds, Jacob, you're looking at 1st down and 10. We'll talk about the strategy for the Tigers after this timeout. 31-17, LSU leads Oklahoma. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
It's 4 in the morning when the roaches are on. You need the Bingo Roach Spray.
Get ready for a bug-free Louisiana summer with Bingo Pest Control products. Our best-in-class indoor and outdoor solutions are powerful enough to eliminate those never-ending bugs, guaranteed. Visit bingo.com or call 833-GO-BINGO. Bingo keeps pests gone.
If you're tired of trying, you should be buying the famous Bingo Roach Spray.
kickoff, and the only thing missing in your game day plans is a refreshing drink. With 15% alcohol by volume and a colorful collection of fun flavors, BuzzBalls are the perfect ready-to-drink cocktail for every moment of the game. Try the rich chocolate chiller, zesty limerita, spicy chili mango, or discover your new favorite flavor. Cheer for your team with a cocktail you can count on to taste like a winner every time, in just a matter of seconds. Find your go-to play and buy BuzzBalls today. BuzzBalls is a proud partner of LSU Athletics. Please enjoy BuzzBalls responsibly. BuzzBalls, Carrollton, Texas.
Hey, LSU fans, you're invited to Louisiana's largest casino resort, Coshada. Coshada Casino Resort has the largest and most spacious gaming floor in the Lake Charles area, with thousands of the newest slots, over 55 table games, live bingo and off-track betting, plus 3 beautiful hotels, delicious Cajun cuisine, and the #1 rated golf course in Louisiana. Coshada Casino Resort is proud to support LSU. Go Tigers!
ISC Constructors is a national award-winning electrical and instrumentation construction company. In addition, ISC provides full-service, multi-discipline engineering services to global customers. For 35 years, ISC has brought the Baton Rouge culture to its job sites and offices across the nation. And like our Tigers, ISC believes being the best begins with recruiting and developing the best talent. ISC, powered by people.
Go behind the scenes. Check out our booth cam on Facebook and YouTube from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
LSU leading Oklahoma 31-17. 31 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Jacob, I mentioned if you're LSU here, again up by 2 touchdowns, trying to put it out of reach with another score here, which certainly puts the Oklahoma offense in a tough spot.
Yeah.
You got 31 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Not as if you need to hurry. Again, at this point, you're looking for the clock to run. But interestingly enough, LSU's looking at 1st and 10 at the Sooner 46. We've seen them take a couple of shots once they've reached this area of the field. It'll be interesting to see what Oklahoma decides to do defensively and if LSU tries to go up top once again.
Yeah, I would assume this is going to be the last play here of the third quarter. LSU's going to want to keep that clock running, get back, and then get a plan together. And obviously, you want to gain yards here on first down, but just continue to take time off this clock. Right now, 2-score game. And you're right, like you have taken advantage of taking shots when Oklahoma has thought you were doing one thing, and you've countered and done the other. Even one of those nice quick throws to Aaron Anderson in space would be a high percentage play here to keep the clock running and give a guy a chance in space.
1st down and 10 at the Sooner 46. After the timeout, they'll send 3 wide to the left side. Single back and Josh Williams. Nussmeier fakes the screen to the far side. Now launches towards the end zone. Pimpton's got it at the 21. Pimpton inside the 15. Pimpton still fighting inside the 5. Far side. Louisiana Blue first down. Second catch of the night for Kamorian Pimpton. This time 42 yards. The tight end wide open down the far sideline. Nussmeier hits him on the run, and the Tigers enter the Capital One red zone with 21 seconds remaining, third quarter. Everybody getting in on the act tonight for LSU. Snap to Nussmeier. Give to Williams. Stood up after he reached about the 4-yard line. No gain on the play. Stop there. It'll be second down goal to go from the 4.
So if we go back, right, you start to run a play. You had to burn a timeout, but you showed them the play. They showed them the same look. They handed the ball off. Well, it's a nice shot to masterclass from Joe Sloan. What does he do? Well, he comes back to the same look, and then he throws the fake screen. You had the lead blocker go out down the sideline there. He set that up because you had to burn a timeout, showing the same look to play before. I'll tell you what, in the plays that we thought were coming, that was probably last on the chart there, and that's why he's making the money he's making over there sitting next to us, and we're here calling the game.
You got it. Second down goal to go from the 4. That's the final play of the third quarter. We move to the fourth and final quarter of the regular season with LSU leading Oklahoma 31-17. The Tigers will try to punch it in when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Check out Albertsons For You in our mobile app, where you can shop for groceries and save weekly with digital coupons all in one place. With Albertsons For You, you can earn rewards points every time you shop and redeem them for free groceries. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or go to albertsons.com to sign up. Albertsons, fresh food, local flavors.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One and member FDIC.
People's Health has a new Medicare plan designed for people with diabetes, chronic heart failure, or cardiovascular disorders. It features a monthly over-the-counter allowance, lower costs for a number of prescriptions, and lower specialist copays than non-special needs plans from People's Health. To learn more about a chronic special needs plan, call 1-844-663-2133. Plans are insured through United Healthcare Insurance Company or one of its affiliated companies, a Medicare Advantage organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in the plan depends on the plan's contract renewal with Medicare.
Get ready, Tiger fans! Venture Global is proud to partner with LSU Athletics, powering Louisiana and the world with clean, low-cost, reliable energy and fueling the future of our great state. As we cheer on the Tigers this season, we're also driving innovation, creating jobs, and supporting our local communities. Together, we're building a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Venture Global, a proud partner of LSU Athletics, powering champions on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Fourth quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by J&J Exterminating, continues from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
We start the fourth and final quarter here at legendary Tiger Stadium. LSU leading Oklahoma 31-17 here in the regular season finale. Tigers with a football looking for more. It'll be second down goal to go from the Sooner 4-yard line when play resumes. It's time now to take a look at the performance report presented by BASF. We create chemistry, and sometimes they get all the credit, sometimes they get all the blame. But no question tonight, Garrett Nussmeier has put this team on his shoulders, literally and figuratively. He injured his right shoulder in the first half, had to miss a considerable amount of time, but returned to the game. He's 21 of 27, completing 78% of his passes, 270 yards, and 3 passing touchdowns. Tigers in that third quarter, 6 first downs to 5 for Oklahoma, 19 rushing yards for the Tigers, 123 through the air for 142 total yards to 59 for the Sooners. That's your third quarter stats presented by Hancock Whitney. Wait for Garth Brooks to quieten down. Nope, they're not. Well, I was going to say, he hadn't stopped singing yet, and they snapped the ball. And so they're going to have to wait for Garth to finish, have the band quieten down. And
timeout was called. Oklahoma.
No, so Oklahoma called the timeout. They wanted to wait for Garth to finish. And of course, he's a native Oklahoman.
I was about to say, I thought maybe Garth called that timeout for the Sooners there.
So Oklahoma burns a timeout as the Tigers are ready to go. Timeout presented by Coushatta, escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Coushatta Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet.
That is not ideal, calling a timeout to start the fourth quarter after you've had a good 6-7 minutes to decide what's going on. LSU obviously gave them a look they weren't expecting. And, you know, those timeouts, they're down to 1 now, CB. They're going to be precious if they have any hopes of making a comeback here with LSU trying to make it a 3-score game.
So again, 15 minutes up on the board. The timeout taken by the Sooners. LSU with the ball placed on the near side hash just outside the Sooner 4-yard line. With Garrett Nussmeier, Josh Williams in there at running back. Mason Taylor, your tight end. Will Campbell, Emory Jones, DJ Chester. Nose over the football as Nussmeier stands in the shotgun. Looking to throw the fade right corner of the end zone for Daniels, just out of his reach. Tried to pull it in with the right hand, but it's incomplete in the right corner. Des Malone was on coverage. That'll set up third down goal to go from the 4.
Yeah, it's not a bad play idea because, I mean, C.J. Daniels has been so short-handed this year. Nussmeier actually puts it in a really good spot. It's his guy or nobody there, not able to come down with it, but I like the play design. LSU hasn't done a ton of that this year, so Oklahoma wasn't ready for it.
Not lost on that play. Another long throw from the near side hash to the far right corner. But after the incompletion, third down goal to go from the Sooner 4. Nussmeier again, shotgun snap, looks left. Now dumps it off Williams. Can't hold on. The throw was low. He tried to go down to grab it at the 2. and it falls to the grass, and that will send on the field goal unit here on 4th down, goal to go from the 4.
And not sure that was going to end it in the end zone, but you like your chances. Maybe you get a one-on-one situation. Boatman actually played that pretty well. Nussmeier being smart with the football, not trying to do too much in that situation, knowing that if you convert this field goal, it is a 3-score game with only 14:50 left.
So Ramos will try a 22-yarder just inside the near side hash, kicking towards the north end zone. Slade Royd snaps it back. Peyton Todd puts it down. Kick is up, and kick is good. That will make it 34-17 as they double up the Sooners here with 14:47 remaining fourth quarter. With that good kick, once again, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Tigers General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. Well, the Tigers didn't get the end zone, but they get 3 points. And to Jacob's point, pardon the pun, it is a 34-17 lead. The Tigers 9 plays, 54 yards. The big strike to Pimpton set them up inside the 5. But eventually Ramos with a 22-yard field goal took 2 minutes and 35 seconds off the early 3rd and 4th quarter clock. That scoring drive presented by LSU Online. Score big in your career with LSU Online and continuing education. Gordy Rush, regardless of the outcome of this game, certainly has to be a ton of stories about Garrett Nussmeier, Xavion Thomas, both of those guys out tonight for periods of time, but battling back for the regular season finale. And again, both have played very well.
I don't know about you, Jake. The way that he went to the locker room and that arm, he couldn't pick up his arm, and he was running with it by its side. I thought it was a separated shoulder. I thought it might have been a broken collarbone, and I'm expecting the worst. And all of a sudden, here he comes running out like Bobby Boucher in a uniform. He comes out and leads LSU back and throwing the deep ball. And, I mean, LSU – and when's the last time LSU's thrown anything over 30 or 40 yards tonight and had a couple of them? He's been fantastic. What an effort.
Yeah, and like Dan Fouts said, they're in the Bayou Bowl. Last game of the season, nothing left to hold back now.
That's right. The ensuing kickoff once again back of the end zone. Almost caught the left upright off the foot of Aaron Burrell. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 25 for Oklahoma. Arnold, who's been the offense for the most part tonight, like he was a week ago, but the story not so good for the Sooners. They'll hand it off. It'll be Gavin Sawchuk again, tripped up just across the line of scrimmage, maybe got a yard and a half, that's all. Set up 2nd down and a short 9 here as the clock continues to move. 14 and a half minutes to play. Arnold steps back in the pocket. Again in trouble, and Arnold will be brought down at the 24-yard line. The Tigers get home. And it looked like the interior of that defensive line got the sack. Looked like Dom McKinley going to pick up that sack. Brought to you by Train. Hard to stop the Tigers. And it's hard to stop a train like Dom McKinley, the true freshman out of Lafayette. Great play, and it sets them behind the chains. 3rd and 11 now for the Sooners back at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, fantastic lane integrity from a true freshman there. That's why you get that sack. Nowhere to run for Jackson Arnold.
Interesting look for LSU. They show blitz. Arnold in trouble again. Arnold grabbed around the waist and put down back at the 17-yard line. Looked like Devon Keys, another true freshman for this Tiger defense. Back-to-back sacks brought to you by Train. Hard to stop the Tigers for sure. Hard to stop a train. Another big loss, and it sets up 4th and 17, and Oklahoma will have to punt it back to LSU.
Yeah, it's just a nightmare situation for Oklahoma offensively to be down 3 scores and try to play something they're not. And nice job by LSU. A little exotic look. It wasn't quite the Maryland eye that we saw earlier in the year, but something very similar.
This punt takes a bounce from Elzinga at the 45, rolls a couple of yards to about the 43, just a 39-yard punt. And LSU gets great field position here. In control, 34-17, still 13:02 remaining in the game. Timeout on the field. Tigers up 34-17 over the Sooners of Oklahoma here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See all for details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot fast and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Back to fourth quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football. Presented by J&J Exterminating from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
13:02 remains, fourth quarter. 34-17, LSU with the lead. Tigers have the football. They'll start this drive, 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Fan Cintas proudly helping local Louisiana businesses stay clean, safe, and ready for the workday for over 35 years. Gordy and Jacob, real quickly, we mentioned what a return for Garrett Nussmeier after going out and spirits dwindling from the LSU sideline to the fans in the stands to the broadcast booth to Tiger fans all over the country. But since he has returned after stepping out with what appeared to be a really bad shoulder injury, he's gone 16 of 21 throwing the football, 227 yards, 3 touchdowns, including 2 of over 45 plus.
Yeah, and I agree with Gordy. I mean, Gordy had a much better look at it than we did, but even from here in the broadcast booth, the way he was running off the field, you thought there's no chance he comes back in this game. No shoulder pads, arms hanging by his side, it's not moving. And so when he came back out full uniformed up, I mean, it was a shock to, I think, all of us.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Chris, when he left the injury tent, I watched, and they didn't take the shoulder pads off till late. It was like, as long as the shoulder pads on, okay. And then when he came out, he was in some pain and not moving that arm. So, yeah, nervous moments indeed.
So the Tigers line up 1st and 10 at their own 42 after forcing the punt, following 2 back-to-back sacks by this LSU defense. Nussmeier hands it off, trying to spread it. On the left edge is Durham, and eventually runs in to Danny Stutzman, and he's dropped at the 44-yard line. A gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Real quick check of the Republic Finance SEC scoreboard. Florida leading Florida State 24-3. That one with a little over 10 minutes remaining, fourth quarter at last check. Texas leading Texas A&M at last check in the third quarter early on, 17-0. Again, our score here, 34-17, LSU leading Oklahoma. 2 wide to the right. That's the wide side of the field. Pimpton, the tight end, to the left side. Nussmeier drops back 3 steps. Now under pressure. Breaks an arm tackle and will throw this one away as the flag comes out late. Again, looks to be in the holding vicinity there as they were trying to keep the pocket clean. But eventually Oklahoma had some pressure leak in, and Nussmeier just throws it away.
Yeah, long developing play. I think you're going to get Emory Jones Jr. right.
Holding offense number 29. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
Nussmeier pats Caden Durham, the freshman on the helmet there, saying, all right, youngster, lesson learned, but you've done quite a bit this season. I'll let that one slide.
Last scrimmage was the LSU 34.
I was wondering why Emory Jones Jr. was acting like he didn't do anything. Turns out he didn't. It was on Caden Durham, the running back there.
Only the 3rd penalty in this game for both teams. Second for the Tigers. Backs them up, 2nd and 18, now back at their own 34. And they'll go on the ground. Durham explodes right side, trying to get to the edge. 45 breaks a tackle from behind, reaches up near midfield. They say he stepped out of bounds at the 49. But a nice pickup of 15 yards puts LSU back in business here to make it a little more manageable on 3rd down.
Yeah, so that's the same look where Pimpton hit the big one down the sideline on the last series. Now they've got 3 options off that play. You hand it off to the running back, you throw it to Aaron Anderson out there in space, or you fake it all. You fake the screen, you fake the run, you throw it to Pimpton down the sideline. They've got 3 plays. It's their own little version of a triple option. LSU's used all 3 to their benefit here so far tonight.
Caden Durham, by the way, makes up for that holding penalty. He now has 74 yards rushing tonight. And we got another flag right after the snap. And play is halted, and it looks like there's a Tiger slow to get up at the 44-yard line, face down. And they're asking for the trainers to come over quickly from LSU's sideline. So, again, flags behind the Oklahoma line of scrimmage, or LSU's line of scrimmage behind the Oklahoma defense at about the 48. But right now, trying to get a number. It's
false start. Offense, number 65, 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
So they'll take a timeout here. Injury timeout. Once again, fortunate to have Our Lady of the Lake, where athletes go who need further care. So Paul Mubinga, they're taking a look at now. Stops the clock with 11:32 remaining 4th quarter. 34-17, LSU leading over Oklahoma. We'll return after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Score big with MMR. Join the team at the largest privately owned open shop electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, headquartered right here in Baton Rouge. MMR is committed to positioning each team member for success. Whether you're a student seeking an internship, just starting your career, or already a seasoned professional, MMR offers a variety of positions just for you. Get in the game at MMR, where your future is bright. Kick off your career at mmrgrp.com/careers. MMR, a proud partner of LSU Athletics.
Looking for the perfect stocking stuffers? Then give all about the Jingle Scratch-Offs from the lottery. Pick up Holiday Jingle, win up to $500. Add to the fun with more Jingle and win up to $12,000. And spread the cheer with Jingle All the Way, where the top prize is a whopping $100,000. Make this a holiday to remember with the lottery's All About the Jingle Scratch-Offs. Louisiana Lottery, giving you a season a smile. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Hey, diehard LSU fans, I'm happy to tell you that Bathfitter is now a very proud partner of LSU Athletics. Bathfitter's got you covered, from beautiful and durable new tubs to safe and stylish showers. Bathfitter has brought winning experience to bathroom remodeling for nearly 40 years. Their dedication to excellence matches the Tigers' commitment on the field. When it comes to the highest quality baths and supporting LSU Athletics, they just fit. Visit bathfitter.com to get in the game. And go Tigers!
4th quarter action continues. Presented by J&J Exterminating from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
LSU Athletics would like to thank its Team LSU corporate partners, Cox, McDonald's, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. Double whammy there for Paul Mubinga, the Tiger left guard. He got the false start penalty and then was shaken up after the ball was snapped. He is checked out. Gordy Rush, let's go down to you for a sideline report powered by your hometown John dealer in Sunshine. Looks like they're getting Tyree Adams ready to go in there at left guard without Garrett Dellinger, who's missed a couple of weeks. So now Adams going to be called upon with Mubinga coming to the sideline.
I think Adams went in, Jacob, against Florida, maybe. And so he's played a little bit back when Frazier went down. The good news, Mubinga, it's not serious. They're just putting some tape over his right ankle. He was able to walk, I'd say, with 90% of his weight on his foot. The question is, with up 17 points, you just play Adams. Is there a need to put him back in the game?
So we shall see. The Tigers looking at 3rd and 8 after the infraction here. Ball back at the LSU 44-yard line with 11:32 to play, and the Tigers up 34-17. And by the way, just took a look during that timeout, the defensive statistics. Whit Weeks leads the way, 13 total tackles. Greg Penn behind him with 6, and freshman linebacker Devon Keys with another great performance, 6 tackles and 1 sack on the night. Future looks bright for Devon Keys. On 3rd down and 8, snap gets over the head of Nussmeier, but again whistles and play halted as there's a flag down at the 45.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So I think I jinxed this. I mentioned, seemed like just minutes ago, there were only 3 total penalties in tonight's game, and suddenly now they're starting to rack up.
And here comes Mabenga, just checked back in. So one play, Adams is out, Mabenga back into left guard.
Gordy Rush right there on the spot with a Sunshine sideline report. So Mabenga returns at left guard. 3rd and 13 now after the latest penalty. LSU was looking at 3rd and manageable, now 3rd and long. Quick fire, get it to Daniels at the 45. Needed to make one man miss, unable to do so. Is wrapping him up and bringing him down as Eli Bowen. Short of the 1st down and picking up 6 yards, and that will bring on the punt unit for LSU. And it looks like Peyton Todd will have the honors. We've seen both he and Ossendorf used in different situations this year. They both have 1 punt apiece in tonight's game. Peyton Bowen back deep for Oklahoma. Again, 10:36 remaining, 4th quarter. LSU up by 17, 34-17. The Sooners come after it. There's a collision on Todd, who goes to the ground, but no flag. Punt going to be returned at the 5 and then cut down at about the 11-yard line. Caught it near side at the 5, then tried to cut middle of the field, but LSU had him dead to rights. And again, it appears the Tigers slow to get up. It's not Peyton Todd. It was one of his upbacks and blockers who is on his back. Can't get a number just yet. Looks like number 35, if I can spy that from here.
Yeah,
pitching on special teams.
Typical punt formation that would be Savion Jones back there, part of that shield.
Yep, it is Savion Jones. Now he's helped up. That's a good sign. A little slow moving, but on his own power, going to make his way to the LSU sideline. So with 10:21 remaining, Oklahoma back in business offensively. Looking at 1st and 10. They mark it just shy of the Sooner 12-yard line. Tigers right now outgaining Oklahoma 382-206. Tigers with 285 through the air, 97 on the ground. Oklahoma 104 off the arm of Jackson Arnold, 102 on the ground, and Arnold a big part of that tonight. He has 71 rushing yards. Arnold looking to run after the pocket falls in on him, and he'll be dropped down. Another sack, 3rd of the night. Back to the 7-yard line. Don McKinley will get his 2nd. Sack brought to you by Train. Hard to stop the Tigers, hard to stop a train. And Jacob, I think you summed it up best. Oklahoma having to do what they don't do very well. And right now, LSU pinning their ears back and getting to the QB.
You're right. They're doing it in bunches as well. I mean, that was a party at the quarterback from the interior and the edge of LSU's defense.
Arnold stands at the 1-yard line, takes the shotgun snap, now steps into the end zone, flips it out to his running back, tried to sidestep one defender, but eventually Greg Penn comes in, cleans him up, drops him at the 6-yard line, a loss of a yard. Greg Penn came flying in after Zy Alexander just missed on the tackle inside the 5, but nice job of complimentary defense helping each other out. And it'll be 3rd and 16 and a huge bingo pest product 3rd down for LSU defensively here with 9:16 remaining in the game, up 34-17. Again, Arnold going to take this shotgun snap at the 1-yard line. 3 steps into his own end zone. In trouble. On the run. Gets out of the end zone. Stepped out of bounds. Whit Weeks. Ooh. And here comes a late flag. They'll say a late hit by Whit Weeks. Arnold was trying to dance and tightrope the near sideline. Stepped out at the last moment, and they say Weeks got him as he touched the sideline. And it took actually the 3rd official in the area.
After the play. Personal foul, late hit out of bounds, defense number 40. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic 1st down.
So here's the issue with that. You've got a quarterback in Jackson Arnold, right, that has racked up the rushing yards. I mean, he's over 60 yards rushing. Every time that he's ran the football, he hasn't slid one time. He's dove forward every time. He's tried to get the extra yard every single time. That's one of those plays where he's moving, he's wiggling there. if you're a linebacker, of course, you're going to stop his momentum there. And so you have to be smart as well. You have to know what type of runner you're dealing with.
So after the penalty, 1st and 10, they move it up to the 21-yard line. Arnold again wanting to throw downfield, now escapes the pocket left side. He's off and running across the 30, and he will fall down head first. You'll see his knee came down at the 33 after a gain of 12. The Tiger fans still not happy about that call. They love some Whit Weeks, and that's really a tough spot to be in if you're an aggressive linebacker in the SEC or for any league for that matter. Change of personnel up front for LSU on the defensive line. Down to 8 minutes, 20 seconds. 1st and 10 at the Oklahoma 33. Sooners operate on offense. Twin backs, fake the handoff. In the pocket is Arnold. Now he'll dump it out to the tight end. Near side, cuts back towards the hash and is brought down. Great stop by Devon Keys, just as it appeared that the receiver, Jacob Jordan, was going to find some green grass right up the middle. Gain of 2, though. A lot of running for only 2 yards production. It'll be 2nd down and 8 at the 35.
LSU's pass rush really starting to heat up here in the 4th quarter, getting home almost every single rush.
Number 20, Sam Franklin in at running back. He's been used limited tonight. Here's Arnold again, wanting to throw downfield, escapes pressure, and now we'll just throw it away as Whit Weeks tried to put on the brakes, but he put a pretty good hit on Arnold, who was inbounds this time. Weeks knocked him into the grass and then was like, oh, my bad. Sorry, didn't mean to hit you that hard.
I think he tried to catch him as he hit him there. I mean, yeah, you don't want to take that aggression away from Whit Weeks. I mean, he is there to spy number 11. And, again, I'm not going to fault him for a quarterback that's been hard-nosed all night long when a 50-50 down the sideline hit. So number 40, keep doing exactly what you're doing.
Oklahoma 2 for 8 on 3rd downs. Another Bingo Pest Product 3rd down opportunity for LSU's defense. Looks like they're getting a free play here offsides, and the throw nearly intercepted up at the 45-yard line. Major Burns stepped into the lane. They were looking for Sharp on the near sideline, but it's incomplete. And let's see. Looks like the line judge with the flag down.
Outside, defense number 19. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So it'll still be 3rd down, but it makes it a little easier here. Gabriel Relaford whistled on the offsides call. We mentioned some new players put in on that defensive front, as that's been kind of the way LSU has worked this season.
Yeah.
Due to injury, trying to get as many reps for as many guys as they can, not only for this year, but for the future. And so they want to adjust the clock here, move it to 7 minutes, 27 seconds.
I tell you what, you talk about getting some experience just along the defensive line. Think how many true freshmen you're talking about, not just in the interior with Don McKinley, like we've talked about, and Ahmad Bro, but Gabe Relaford also as an edge player. I mean, so many guys playing key roles as true freshmen.
3rd down and 3. Here's the snap. Arnold again wants to throw, dumps it off to his running back, met immediately at the 37-yard line, and thrown back is Franklin. LSU blows the play up. Zy Alexander with a great job headhunting down on the near side. A loss of 4. That will back him up, set up 4th down and about 7. And Oklahoma with no choice here with just 7:03 remaining, down 17 points. They'll keep the offense out there.
And right on cue in that play, Gabe Relaford, a true freshman, has a great rush. He makes Jackson Arnold kind of speed up everything, all his mechanics, and that's how you have a play like that. LSU swarms the running back. Nice play.
First 4th down try for the Sooners tonight. Arnold with the ball in his hand, steps back. Here comes pressure from Braden Swinson. Arnold running far side. Whit Weeks brings him down, ball out. Let's see, is it LSU ball, or are they going to say it doesn't matter? Are they going to place the ball? Nope. It's a turnover on downs as Whit Weeks. He and Arnold have met several times tonight, but Whit Weeks wins the battle there. 15 tackle of the game, and the Tigers take over with 6:18 remaining.
Yeah, I know we might be showing our age here, but all of us might have learned to drive with a stick shift, right? When you put it in third gear and you really get to going, that's what Weeks does whenever he sees a quarterback in open field. He has a different gear. It's like he just puts it into third. He has a speed that he doesn't have normally when he's honing in on these quarterbacks. I mean, it's truly remarkable how fast 40 gets there to close that gap.
Excellent job as well. Give the assist to Braden Swinson. He was able to force him out early. And as you said, not only the speed, but just the football IQ of knowing the right angle to take. Not many better than Whit Weeks. So first down and 10. Now at the Sooner 28, LSU back on offense, up 34-17. Fake the toss, handoff Thomas, right side. Thomas sidesteps one man, breaks a tackle on another, and is inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. Thomas again utilized basically in the run game and gets positive yards, sets up 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard gain.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Whenever he was out of the game, he brings so many different dynamics to your special teams, obviously, but your offense as a receiver. Look, that's a running back. I mean, he lines up, he motions into a running back position and runs a gap scheme run. Not many receivers, no matter where you're playing, can have the ability to do that.
We'll see if LSU sticks with the ground game here with under 6 minutes to play. This will be 2nd and 4 from the Sooner 22-yard line. Handoff Durham, right side. Not a lot of space, but somehow fights his way through 3, 4, 5 defenders inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Very close to the first down. Let's see. Waiting on the official spot, and the chain crew is looking, and yes, it will be a Louisiana Blue first down on the run by Durham as the Tigers once again inside the Capital One red zone with 5:22 and the clock moving. Caden Durham now 78 yards rushing. And again, part of LSU tonight, 107 yards on the ground. Nussmeier has Durham on a sidecar to his right. On first down, a give to Durham. Again, breaking arm tackles, fighting his way to the 16. Pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Under 5 remaining. Clock rolling, 4th quarter.
Yeah, one of the things we were really impressed with last week against Vanderbilt was the way LSU closed the game. They didn't get the ball back to Vanderbilt. This drive right here is going to be kind of a similar situation. Now, you've got 4.5 minutes, and where you're at on the field, maybe you don't get that done, but just keeping possession here, taking as much clock as you can, really imposing your will on this Oklahoma defense would be great for LSU here.
2nd down and 8 at the Sooners 16-yard line from the far side hash. Nussmeier motions Lacey left to right. He'll be the lone wide out to the right side. This time pulling, throwing, and a little behind C.J. Daniels right inside the end zone. That time they had the mesh go for a while, trying to freeze Oklahoma, pull them up. And then on the throw, just threw it behind Daniels, who had a nice step inside of the defender. That one on the money. That's 6 more points for LSU.
Yeah, and Nussmeier knows he missed that one. You could see him after the play, certainly upset with himself. It was a really nice play design because I don't think any of us thought they would put it in the air. You had a very open C.J. Daniels, just throws it behind him, stays a little bit too long in the mesh there with the running back.
Makes 3rd down a little more challenging here. 3rd and 8 from the 16-yard line. Give to Williams. Williams sidesteps one defender, makes his way to the 15, only a gain of a yard. That'll set up 4th down and 7. And once again, we'll see Damian Ramos, I believe, come off the near sideline. Garrett Nussmeier gives him a slap high five as he'll come on over. Ramos the chance to add to the lead. And coach is out there along with Coach Kelly. Talking it over here with Peyton Todd, who is the holder. He's just off the near sideline here. Again, LSU in no hurry, up 34-17. They're going to let the play clock dwindle down, and Coach Kelly will call the timeout with 1. That'll stop the game clock with 3 minutes, 23 seconds. Tigers use their 2nd timeout of the 2nd half. It's presented by Coshada. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet. LSU looking to finish the year 5-3 in SEC play, 8-4 on the year. in tomorrow. I should say later tonight. We'll find out who'll play in Atlanta. We'll update you on that Republic Finance scoreboard after we step away for this timeout. 3:23 remaining. Tigers in control over Oklahoma, 34-17. Looking for 3 more when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Elevate your game day spirit with Sugarfield Spirits, the official vodka of LSU Athletics. When crafting the perfect mixed drink, our vodka is the winning choice that'll have your taste buds cheering for more. Sugarfield Spirits, where the spirit of the Tigers meets exceptional locally made vodka. See our winning lineup at sugarfieldspirits.com or visit us at our tasting room in Gonzales.
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
Hey, Tiger fans. Need funds to help with your financial situation? Republic Finance is a proud partner of LSU Athletics and has served the SEC area since 1952. Check out our loan options to see how we may help you. Visit a local branch or get pre-qualified online at republicfinance.com/tigers.
Not all consumers are eligible to apply online. Secured loans are available exclusively in branch and have collateral and insurance requirements. Standard loan terms, rates, and fees apply based on your state. All loans are subject to approval pursuant to standard underwriting criteria. Not all consumers will qualify. For more information, call 833-907-1737.
Fourth quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by J&J Exterminating, continues from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
3:23 remains. Fourth quarter action. Tiger Stadium regular season finale. First meeting between Oklahoma and LSU as SEC opponents. And the Tigers lead 34-17 just before that timeout. Second taken by LSU here in the half. Tigers setting up for a Damian Ramos field goal. Looks to be about a 32-yarder. We'll check it when the lights come back on. It'll be between the hashes, just inside the far side hash. When play resumes, LSU Athletics would like to thank its Team LSU corporate partners all season long. Cox, McDonald's, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. Slade Royce set to snap it back. Peyton Todd again will hold. Damian Ramos, veteran place kicker for the Tigers, awaits. Here's the snap, a little low. Placement is down. Ramos puts a foot into it, and it's good. LSU now leads 37-17 with 3:19 remaining here in tonight's contest, the final game of 2024 in the regular season. Your LSU online scoring drive, 6 plays, 13 yards, 3 minutes, 6 seconds. Damian Ramos splits the uprights to make it 37-17, but what an incredible job. We talked about the offense coming back to life after the scary moment with Nussmeier going out, but Patrick Wright maybe has the stat of the night. Oklahoma with 202 yards tonight thus far. Fewest allowed by LSU. They allowed just 277 by Arkansas and Fayetteville. But in the second half, Jacob, 48 rather, for the Sooners.
Yeah. I mean, you start talking about making adjustments at halftime and what you're able to get done. And Oklahoma had some success with the Q run stuff, and you make that adjustment that we're talking about and you shut it down. This is a quarterback in Jackson Arnold that had a lot of success on the ground against Bama just a week ago, and you shut him down. 48 yards in one half of football. That is dominance by LSU's defense.
Again, LSU desperate to keep this clock moving, and the kick, second return of the night by the Sooners. That one down to the goal line, and Sam Franklin returned it up across the 15. And looks like he'll be right at the 19. Nope, check that. The 17-yard line. Nope, now we're waiting for he's rolled from the 20 to the 19, down to the 17, and then right back to the 20-yard line. So should have gone with my first instinct.
Yeah, look, Thanksgiving, we all had a lot of big meals. He's trying to get his steps in. All these officials are trying to get their steps in here tonight.
1st and 10 at the 20 now for Oklahoma with 3:12 remaining. And again, just one timeout remaining for the Sooners. And they're happy to go on the ground again. It will be Sam Franklin, who's had limited opportunities tonight. He's one of the backup running backs, a junior out of Little Rock. Dances around right, cuts back left, and maybe got a yard. That's all. Moves it just beyond the 21. Under 3 minutes to play. Again, the 2-minute timeout coming up in 47 seconds. Arnold. Again, the handoff Franklin, and Franklin's met as he got to the line of scrimmage. Falls forward to the 22, only a yard gain. Devon Keys again adding to his tackle total tonight. Running backs tonight for the Sooners. 2.8 yards per carry, or rather 2.0, I should say. So outside of Arnold, they have not been effective running the football. And to your point, Jacob, LSU with some adjustments, Whit Weeks introducing himself early and often here in the second half. They've even shut down Arnold's running ability.
Yeah, great game plan here by LSU. Really all game long, but certainly coming out in the second half. They have had, really the number of this Oklahoma rush offense, which just a week ago, again, we keep mentioning it because they were so good just a week ago.
So they wait till the 2-minute timeout. So with 2 minutes even, Oklahoma will talk it over before a 3rd and 7 from their own 23-yard line. LSU can feel it. They can taste it. It's a 37-17 lead for the Fighting Tigers. We'll come back, finish it up from Tiger Stadium after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Ready to be the champion of your career with LSU Online and continuing education? Achieve your goals and earn a degree on your terms. No matter where you are in the world, your career, or your life, there are flexible learning options for you. Choose from over 150 degrees, certificates, and courses designed for your success. Take advantage of award-winning faculty and personalized support. Be the champion of your career today by visiting online.lsu.edu for more information.
Ho-ho! Welcome to the Make It Jingle with Kris Kringle podcast. Today we're talking to Jan from Toyota, all about Toyotathon.
Hi!
So, Jan, got any red Tacomas?
Yeah, we have a great selection of vehicles, including Tacomas.
After my big job, I'm taking the missus down to Florida to go surfing.
Did you say Florida? Can the elves and I go too?
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 2nd. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 6th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
NIL is dominating the college sports scene, and LSU has positioned itself at the front of the pack. But to remain competitive and stay ahead of the rest, we need your support. Bayou Traditions is the official NIL collective of LSU Athletics. Join the tradition and become a member by signing up online at BayouTraditionsCollective.com. Members receive exclusive access to LSU student athletes that you can't get anywhere else. Help ensure LSU remains a leader in the NIL arena. Sign up today at BayouTraditionsCollective.com.
Back to fourth quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football. Presented by J&J Exterminating from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
TJ Ribs, official barbecue restaurant of LSU Athletics and home to our LSU head coaches shows. Coming up, it'll be Matt McMahon, Kim Mulkey, taking us through the SEC gauntlet of college basketball. Matt McMahon show premieres on December 30th. Hope to see you there, TJ Ribs. You can visit them at 2324 South Acadian Thruway or order online at tjribs.com. Gordy Rush, real quick, another sideline report powered by Sunshine. This game with the emotional swings is the regular season finale, but it almost is a microcosm of the season. There's been some thrilling moments for the Tigers. There's been some not so thrilling moments, but the swing of emotions from the sidelines to the fans in the stands to those watching and listening across the globe, this one kind of had it all tonight.
It sure did. I mean, the first half, the kickoff return, the fumble return from Oklahoma, the Nussmeier in and out, the pass to Hilton, no doubt about it. I mean, this has just been a wild and wacky year for for LSU. It's been a crazy year in college football. And somebody's got to update me. Well, I guess we'll hear from Haldane. Somebody's got to go through the SEC standings. What does that look like at the end of tonight's game? This is just the craziest year I've seen.
Well, the goodness knows there's some people being paid a lot more than us in Birmingham. That's their job to figure out. 3rd down and 7 after the 2-minute timeout. Oklahoma from their own 23-yard line. They'll go to Franklin again, and Franklin with room. Up across the 30, now breaking loose across the 40, near side into LSU territory before stepping out at the LSU 43-yard line. So 34-yard gain, and Franklin with the biggest run for a Oklahoma running back tonight, although it comes with a minute 52 remaining in the game, down 37-17.
Yeah, that might change the final box score there. But if you're here watching this game in person, you know the job that LSU's defense has done on those Oklahoma running backs.
Arnold slips through on the keeper inside the 40 and then tripped up near side on the numbers at the 37-yard line. Gain of 6 yards for the center quarterback. Fans J&J Exterminating, Louisiana owned, customer focused, and results driven for over 65 years. Call the local pros and get the shield. J&J Exterminating. Yeah. Under 90 seconds to play. Second down, 4 now at the LSU 37-yard line. Arnold off to Franklin. And again, a little bit of a crease and pulled down from behind and dropped at the 29. Pick up the first down on a gain of 7 for Franklin. Greg Penn with another stop defensively.
First down, Oklahoma at LSU 29.
Oklahoma certainly looks like they are content just trying to run this clock out and get out of here.
Under a minute remaining, 55 seconds. Arnold on 1st and 10 from the LSU 29. Fakes the screen to the far side, looking to throw downfield and nearly intercepted but dropped by Sage Ryan on the far sideline. He came flying in. Had a chance for his second pick of the night, but can't hold on. That'll set up 2nd down and 10 at the 29-yard line. That one not as easy as the first one that was just a dying quail that was tossed up on the trick play. But
gosh, it's so long ago you almost forget about the trick play that went wrong there for Oklahoma. But that was a nice play there by Sage Ryan to break that pass up.
2nd down and 10 from the 29. Again, Arnold this time will go to the screen. With the catch is Jacobs, and he'll be stopped after he reached the 25. Rather, Jacob Jordan on the catch. And he stopped shy of the 20-yard line at the 21. So gain of 8. It'll be 3rd down and 2 here for the Sooners with 25 seconds remaining in this game. On 3rd down and 2, Franklin gets the call, and he'll pick up the first down as he's dropped at the 16-yard line. And with 9 seconds, well, they stop the clock with 10 seconds for the first down. They'll get the chain set. Oklahoma, though, quickly to the line of scrimmage. Clock begins to roll. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Give to Franklin. Goes up the middle. Now tries to break it outside. He's to the 5-yard line. Pulled down from behind, and this one's in the books. Tigers win. Tigers win in the first ever meeting between Oklahoma and LSU as SEC foes, and the Tigers pull away. In the final moments of the second quarter, they took a lead into the locker room and did not look back in the second half of action. En route to a 37-17 win over the Oklahoma Sooners, who will soon forget their first trip to legendary Tiger Stadium. With the win, LSU finishes the regular season at 8-4. They're now 5-3 to finish up SEC play. For Oklahoma, they are certainly looking to 2025. They finished the year even at 6-6 overall. They are 2-6 in their first year as SEC members. All over with. 37-17 is the final. Stay tuned. Up next, the Fighting Tiger post-game report on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
now listening to Tough Tiger Talk Flash Report.
All right, shout out to the fam, man. How about that, man? LSU gets a win. They actually got the damn win. Big ups to LSU, man. It was looking kind of rocky at first, man. It was looking kind of shaky at first, and then Garrett Nussmeier, I mean, that was the biggest change right there. there was a spark, too. You got to give the wide receiver his credit for the great return. Aaron Anderson with a terrific return. While Garrett Nussmeier got knocked out of that thing, he returned it like 100 yards. First return in 4 years that we've seen LSU had. And it was just, man, what can I tell you? It was a very good win by LSU. It does help us here. They finished the year, the regular season, 8-4, 5-3 in conference play. And of course, with the regular season over with, LSU will now wait to see what bowl it will get. So I'll give you guys an opportunity to kind of think about which BS bowl the Tigers will get. I've heard all kind of suggestions. I've heard everything from it's just different stuff going on. But anyway, shout out to you guys on this this Tough Tiger Talk post-game recap. LSU beats up on Oklahoma. They just took it away from 37-17 special teams defense. And then when Nussmeier got knocked out of the game, boy, he kind of turned it on, didn't he? He let it all hang out on the back end of that thing, man. So good win by LSU. Being able to knock off the Sooners. And the Sooners were trying to get something going with the quarterback, Arnold. All the offense was trying to flow through him. LSU did a good job of adjusting to the speedy quarterback and what they were doing. And that's not like kind of look at this matchup and say, it's a win. This team really, they handled Alabama last week. They really did. And it was a good collective win. Let's just say it like that. I'm trying to struggle to find a word to describe it, but it was a good collective win for the LSU Tigers. So anyway, big ups to you guys. Appreciate you being in the live. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as we kind of cover this latest win. And it's the season finale, regular season finale for the Tigers. And like I said, it was a very solid win by LSU against a credible foe. I mean, give Oklahoma their credit. They took care of business last week, and they came in here. At first, they gave us a bit of a scare early on. And then, LSU just took it away from their ass. And that's all it was to it. They just manned up. And Nussmeier and the team, the defense stepped up. They had a good performance, too. But anyway, let's hit some of the team statistics in this matchup. LSU finished with 18 first downs versus 17 by Oklahoma. Third down, 6 of 15. They were 2 of 2 on fourth down. Oklahoma 4 of 11. 395 yards of total offense by LSU versus 277. You look at the passing attack, 285 versus 110, advantage LSU. The rushing attack, LSU had 110 yards off of 29 carries for 4 yards average. 167 rushing yards by OU off of 37 attempts. That's 4.5 rush average. 75 of that came from Arnold, the quarterback, just scrambling around trying to make something happen. Only one penalty for Oklahoma. LSU had 6 of them for 46 yards in the matchup. Both teams turned the ball over. The time of possession was basically the same. LSU's 30 minutes to 33 seconds versus 29 minutes, 27 seconds by the Sooners. And like I said, it was really a one-man operation if you think about what was going on with the Sooners. And soon as LSU recognized that and shut that spigot off, that was over with. But Garrett Nussmeier finished 22 of 31, give him credit, gets knocked out of the game, slammed down, comes back, and just starts attacking downfield. 22 of 31, 277, 9 yards average per throw, 3 touchdowns in the game. We did see A.J. Swine come in there. He looked terrible, in short action, 1 of 3 for 8 yards. But Caden Durham continued his strong performance. He had 11 carries for 80 yards, 7.3 yards per average. Josh Williams got 13 for 31 for 2.4 there as well. Chris Hilton woke up in this matchup. He had 2 big catches. He only caught 2 passes, but they were both for touchdowns. 2 catches, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns. He averaged 42.5 yards per catch. And then Pipton, the big tight end, got involved. He had 2 for 53. Kyron Lacey, 3 catches for 41 yards. He got a touchdown going in the game. Caden also had 4 catches for 32 yards. Mason Taylor, 3 for 28. CJ Daniels, 3 for 24. So they had to kind of spread the ball around there. And how about Whit Weeks, man? We lose Harold Perkins, and I'm like, damn, what we gonna do? But Whit Weeks, man, boy, we done found somebody phenomenal. Whit Weeks, second in the SEC in tackles, I want to say. The first or second, I forgot. But the guy had 15 goddamn tackles tonight in a sack. He had a couple of them. This guy it's going to be phenomenal for LSU coming up. And then, of course, all of his brothers. Well, they're all welcome to LSU if they could play like Whit Weeks, man. 15 tackles tonight, 9 of which was solo. He had a sack. Leading LSU's defense, he was everywhere. Of course, Keys had 10 tackles as well to go around with his sack. Greg Penn had 9, 8 for Darton Gilbert in the matchup, and LSU did get about 4 sacks on the team. They got a couple of those late, but you've seen Dominic McKinley come in there and make something happen too. So LSU, man, really they did a stellar job defensively to slow this team down. And based on what we seen last week from Oklahoma, they were really doing some positive stuff. And of course, you look at what they had going on. Jackson Arnold, 14-21, had 110 yards, not much going on there, trying to throw the ball, but a lot of what he did was just basically on the ground, trying to churn and keep them going. And LSU just turned him into a one-man band, 17 scrambles for 75 yards. Their other runner was Sam Franklin, 6 for 61. Xavier Robinson got the only rushing touchdown on 10 carries for 20 yards. He was pretty much held up. So like I said, if you removed the Jackson Arnold 75 yards, LSU's defense actually did a pretty stellar job there. Jacob Jordan, with their top wide receiver, 6 for 42. So like I said, LSU had a very good performance, both offense and defense, to be able to really beat Oklahoma. They gave them a good old-fashioned ass whooping. But like I said, it kind of happened. LSU just turned the spigot off on them and just took them to the woodshed and handled business. So got to give them credit on that, man. They did a very good job in getting a W tonight for the Tigers, like I said, man. So anyway, while we still going through the breakdown, y'all tell me, where do you think the Tigers end up? What bowl game do they get? What do you guys think? Where are we going bowling? Where's LSU going bowling? We're gonna have to look at the projections. We might pull them up here tonight. Matter of fact, I might as well pull them up and see what the bowl projections are, and it'll be all over the place until some of these other games are settled. But it was a very interesting day of football for in the this week, right? Very interesting. So anyway, let's take a look at that, man, as we keep it going here and hit some of this stuff with the scoreboard right here after LSU's win here. Oregon right now is beating the hell out of Washington 42-14. Oregon is the top team in the country right now, and they're well on their way to finishing undefeated at 12-0. Texas right now are up by 10 over Texas A&M 17-7 at the start of the fourth quarter. You have Kansas right now losing to Iowa State with 13 minutes. They just started in the fourth, 26-21. Nevada got beat down by UNLV 38-7. Well, they're getting beat down. There's still about 11, almost 12 minutes left to go in the game. Houston and BYU in the first, no score there. Indiana plastered Purdue 66-0, man. Of course, Purdue had one win on the season. Indiana ran over them. Michigan with a win over Ohio State 13-10, and then they had this mega brawl that broke out. Police had to break out pepper spray and every damn thing as Michigan was able to beat Ohio State. You want to talk about a grudge match? Michigan, that's really not good this year, but they were able to beat that rival. So that's why they play these games, right? That was a huge win by Michigan. And of course, Penn State beat Maryland 44-7. They beat them. Notre Dame, fifth in the nation, were able to beat USC 49-35. Syracuse, in the shocker, beats the sixth-ranked Miami team 42-38. There is McCord, the quarterback, is getting some looks too. Of course, Tennessee handled business against Vanderbilt 36-23. SMU beats California 38-6. South Carolina edged out Clemson by 17-14. Auburn in the Iron Bowl against Alabama, they lose 28-14. Arizona State, 16th ranked, beat Arizona 49-7. 28-21, Missouri over Arkansas. Illinois by 10 over Northwestern, 38-28. And that's the day's happening. Of course, Tulane did lose on Thursday, man, to Memphis 34-24. So that was a tough loss by LSU, man, as well. And of course, we know about the Georgia matchup that happened on Friday. Georgia just sneaked by Georgia Tech 44-42. Boise State 34-18 over Oregon State. Ole Miss beats Mississippi State 26-14. 52-0 Oklahoma. And these were the games, the top 25 games over this past week of action in college for week number 14. And among the winning circle for LSU, of our squad, LSU, they finished the season strong with a 37-17 win over the Oklahoma team. And I don't know we have to wait and see exactly what's going to be going on with LSU going forward in terms of who, I've heard them that they mentioning Garrett Nussmeier could possibly be coming back for I don't know. I got a mixed feelings about that, about him returning again, and I don't know. I think maybe it's time for him to go ahead on. If there's a just saying, man, we done seen enough shit. Take your ass on, man. We done seen enough, man. We done seen enough. Maybe it's time for somebody else to kind of step up. And that's usually what they do. They'll go to the transfer portal. That's how we found Joey Burrow. That's how we found Jaden Daniels. We found these guys in the portal. So why not do the same thing we've been doing, is go and see if we can find some of these goddamn guys in the portal and go from there. That's what I'm hoping to find out, please. I ain't mad at what's his face, but damn, man, let's take it. Let's push past it. Let's go ahead on about our business. Let's move on, shall we? But anyway, let me kind of move on to this. Is some of the bold projections right here that's going on as they see it, according to CBS Sports. This is their bold projector, and this has got some of these teams lined up, as you can see right here. They have the college football playoff projections, as you can see. With matchups here, it's not completely finished, but what they do have for December the 20th and 24th, Oregon lined up with Arizona State according to the projections, Notre Dame against Indiana, Texas and SMU, Penn State and Tennessee. We'll see how this plays. And then the rest of the bowl games, you can see right here, all of these other teams. And then you scroll on, you see LSU lined up December the 31st in the Texas Bowl, Big 12 versus SEC in Houston, Texas against TCU. So that is one of the bold projections that they are pushing for the 31st of this, well, next month, very shortly. It'll be this month, December. It'll be against who they presume will be TCU. We'll see, but that's what some of the bold projections have and are throwing out. And then, of course, let me see what Tulane. They got Tulane December the 23rd, Myrtle Beach Bowl. And they have Liberty lined up with Tulane. So that's a couple of the games we have there. Louisiana, Raging Cajuns in the New Orleans Bowl against Sam Houston State. That's another projection as well. So we'll see how it all fares out. And this does seem like it's pretty credible, to be honest with you. That does sound right. But we'll see what the official situation is. But the projecting have LSU lined up for the Texas Bowl, against TCU. So that's all very interesting, and we'll find out exactly how that all will go. But anyway, we're going to get ready to go to Coach Kelly momentarily. so we can hear his game thoughts on what's going on with the team. But anyway, man, listen, very, very happy for the win. A very good way to close out the regular season. Of course, like I said, we got the bowl game left where they can try to get 9 wins. Still a lot of good recruiting news we're going to cover and talk about as we move forward. A lot of positive stuff. They had a lot of recruits at this game that came to see LSU and Oklahoma. So that is also very positive to see, you know, what pops and snaps there. And like I said, man, we might have lost Underwood, but at the end of the day, the reality is we usually get our guys from the portal. That's worked for us with Joey B. That worked with us with Jaden Daniels. And perhaps it works again. Now, like I said, Nussmeier is supposed to be, his rumors that he's supposed to be coming back another year. I would prefer us moving a different direction, but we'll see, man. We'll see how it all fares as out. But this is by far this is definitely Brian Kelly's most difficult year as a head coach, getting 8 wins on the regular season, 9 with a bowl win if possible. And he does have a really good recruiting class coming here. It's going to be interesting. We got a lot of people that's going to be leaving via the draft. So a lot of that will be discussed as we move forward, going into the rest of the season. But yeah, we still got some business on tap to take care of, which is whatever the bowl game is going to be. So anyway, big ups to you guys. Appreciate you being in the stream. And like I said, we all good, man. Yeah. Shout out to you, True Ro. Big ups to you, man. Hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving too, man. We did. It was hanging with family and friends, man. Had some time off, but at the end of the day, man, listen, man, you just look forward, man. You're like, damn, man, them days went by kind of damn fast. But it's all good, man. Anyway, but yeah, there's great points to talk about. Kind of recap on the regular season with LSU. The fact, how do you guys feel about Nussmeier? Did he change your mind about what you thought he was coming into the year? I mean, he's pretty much what I thought he was going to be. He had an opportunity to go through a full regular season of action. He got a strong arm. He makes a lot of mistakes. He talked about needing to scramble more. He got that way too late. And I thought a lot of times he does have a good pair of wheels on him if he can just get out of trouble. At times, he just didn't use that enough. Kyron Lacey, CJ Daniels, and all these other guys, Aaron Anderson, they really stepped up in the wide receiver role. It wasn't what we were accustomed to in the superstars, that we've seen, like Jamar Chase and Jefferson and all these guys. They're phenomenal, but Kyron Lacey did a pretty decent job this year. We didn't really truly have the complement. We were dealing with injuries for most of the year. Mason Taylor, it just was solid all year long. Our offensive line was kind of up and down. I think that's a big part. We anticipated our offensive line doing a lot better job. Wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I thought our offensive line would dominate in college, would dominate in the nation. We did have some drop off there, dealing with some of the injuries that did hit, but ultimately, kind of a mixed bag there. Caden Durham was turned out to be the best running back we had. We had to kind of, discover Caden Durham. He kind of stepped in there well into the season, started getting some runs, and he became the top back in the rotation with him and Williams. And even though Williams got more carries tonight, Caden Durham is obviously, he track level speed, fast, can catch out the backfield. He's a weapon. Getting him there. Imagine if we would have had him in that consistent rotation to start out the year. There was kind of a mixed bag to find out who the top back was going to be. He, got through that kind of later in the year. Also, just the defense was another thing too. Not being able to stop the running game. That's another thing that kind of was symptomatic and problematic of the previous year. It would have some improvement. The secondary improved. Zy Alexander and others did a wonderful job. Here's Coach Kelly, fam. Put one in the chat if you can.
Well, I'm proud of my team. Last 2 weeks, they listened to the narratives out there that they weren't excited to play for anything. that the season was over, and they simply went out and played inspired football the last 2 weeks. They put consistent performances together over the last 2 weeks, and really proud of their performance. They played well against Vanderbilt, and they played well against Oklahoma. Both those teams beat a team in Alabama that we lost to. So just really proud of our football team, proud of the way they prepared this week. And, they're 19. This team over 3 years is 19-2 at home. So, whatever camp you want to jump into, go right ahead. We had 5 freshmen and 2 sophomores on defense today, playing their tails off. So, again, we're taking receipts, and, we'll see you at the national championship. This team's building. We're excited about them, and we're really proud of them. So with that, we'll open up the questions.
Coach Brian Kelly.
Yes.
Back here. Garrett Nussmeier goes out with an injury, comes back, shows a lot of grit and toughness. What did you see from him, especially coming back after that injury?
Grit and toughness. Look, what you want as a coach is you want them to resemble, the traits that you think championship teams should have. And at times you've got to have some grit and resolve. Like, when, they're talked about in a manner that they have been over the past, 2-3 weeks, you want them to buckle down and bite on their chin, their mouth guard, and go out there and play. And that's what they did. And that's what he did. Listen, that's an easy tap out for most people, right? That's an easy one to say, I'm not coming back. But that's the kind of player he is. That's the kind of competitor he is.
Coach, right here with Chris Hilton, did it just feel like a performance was like this was sort of coming for him, and what sort of allowed him to be successful today?
Well, I think we've talked about this all year, that the deep threat has been missing from our offense, and it's been difficult. Teams have sat down on us. Teams have made it difficult for us because we haven't had that vertical threat. He was out 8 weeks, and it takes a while to get back into rhythm. And we either missed him on overthrows, or, the timing wasn't quite where it needed to be, but it normally takes about 4 weeks to kind of get that. That's why you have preseason camp, and he missed all that time. I'm happy for him. He got the game ball, and he made 2 big plays. That's part of the offense that we were missing, and we needed desperately. And when you can push the ball down the field and have the other options that we have within our offensive structure, it allows you to run the football, allows you to have that intermediate passing game, and then the vertical stretch is, it was huge for us, so we're happy to see that for Chris.
Brian, you waited all year for a kick return for a touchdown, and Aaron Anderson's tonight busted one. Just talk about, and it came to the key part of the game when you really needed it.
It did. It was a momentum turn for us. There's no doubt about it. And, putting Aaron back there was really, he was our backup. That's how smart we are, right? Xavier got dinged up and wasn't able to go. And, Aaron steps in there and has an electric return. And really, you're right. It was a momentum boost for us, and it really carried us, throughout the game.
Brian, can you talk to me about your linebackers? What is Keys and Weeks, and what do they do for the rest of your defense that really lets them play?
Well, we've been playing with 3 linebackers now for, 3 weeks. And, Devon's a freshman. There are things that, look, he makes some plays, but he's a sound football player. He's assignment correct, and we trust him. And you've got a freshman out there. Don McKinley was not blockable tonight. Another freshman, Ahmad Bro, was outstanding. PJ Woodland was outstanding. Gabe Relaford played. There's 4 freshmen right there, making impact. So, when we think that, we're ready to sink, you've got 5 freshmen that are playing in the SEC, and, they're 5-3 in the SEC. Look, I know what the standards are here, right? Everybody wants to win every game. We wanted to win every game. We're not happy if we lose a game, but we're happy about the foundation of this program, playing with young players that are only going to get better, and we're going to supplement those players. And it was good to see them compete at a high level.
Coach, to your left.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's more on Aaron Anderson, his improvement from last year to this year. It seems like most of your explosive plays this year, he had a large hand in those. What kind of example has he set for other guys to get better?
Well, he's not in that example setting mode yet. What he's in right now is the developmental role relative to, how to do things on a consistent basis, and I'm proud of him. He's made incredible strides. Everything that he does now is he's understanding how to take care of his body, how to eat right, nutrition, sleep right, and I can't wait to continue to work with him. It's really exciting. And what he's doing is making plays on the field, and we can see his raw talent, and it's only going to get better. He is just scratching the surface of where he can be. And so as a coach, you're just so excited. And he, on the other hand, can't wait to get into the off season and reshape his body and work on the things that he needs to. So this is really an exciting time for him in his development.
Ryan, you talk about, building the foundation and playing all these freshmen. What else, in addition to that, gives you confidence moving forward in what this team can be long term?
What else would you like me to give you? I mean, there's 7 players with 1 year experience on defense that just beat the pants off of Oklahoma. That's pretty good. And they beat a really good Vanderbilt team the week before. So, they're 5-3. We played a lot of young players this year. And so, when you take the body of work, we had 3 games that we had the lead late in the third quarter or we'd be talking about are we going to host, So look, I could go on and on about, here's where we're going to be in January. In January, well, I'll back up. Yesterday at the hotel, 21 true freshmen made the travel roster. 21 true freshmen. We're going to introduce 16 mid-year freshmen into this roster. We're going to have 37 freshmen in winter conditioning for the first time. That's what our roster looks like. That's exciting. So when you're talking about the foundation for your program, that coupled with having key players come back, they haven't announced yet, but we're going to have some key players decide to come back. That's what's pretty exciting. And when we are finished with this roster will compete at the highest level.
Hey, Coach, here in the back, you talked about the confidence. You immediately said confidence and inspired football there. When you look back on the 3-game losing streak and you play up to par tonight, how humbling were those losses to get you here?
Humbling would not be the word I would use. I would say that they lacked the execution necessary when we needed it most. And so they were frustrating more than they were humbling. Humbling losses are more like the Alabama game, where you didn't play your best football. Those are humbling losses. The 3 losses that we had outside the Alabama game would be much more frustrating because you had a chance to win those games, and you really should have won those games, including the USC game where we had the lead, up to the last possession. So those were frustrating losses because we didn't execute when we needed to execute, and we were capable of doing so.
You said see you at the national championship. You talking about like next year or near future or what?
What do you think? What do you think? Look, listen. Here's my point. The standard is the standard here, right? The standard. I didn't come down here to go 8-4. I'm not happy about 8-4. Okay, nobody in that room is happy about being 8-4. What they're happy about is they've played well after a 3-game losing streak, and they bounce back. And this game teaches you lessons about grit and toughness and perseverance and not giving up and letting go of the rope, right? They easily could have fractured, right? Instead, they stuck together and they stayed committed, and they beat two teams that were really good football teams in this league, and have pelts to show that they are good teams, right? We're not making that narrative up. So at the end of the day, we want to win every game we play. And the standard at LSU and at Alabama, they're not happy with 3 losses at Alabama. Georgia's not happy with 2 losses. Nobody's happy when they lose a game. But what I'm happy about in the short term is the way our guys responded to adversity. That's why I came in here and said I'm proud of our football team and the way they responded to adversity. The big picture is I'm excited about our future, regardless of what people seem to think. And that's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinions, but nobody knows what it looks like from the inside. I've got the best perspective of that. And you can write away and have your own opinions, and that's fine. That's why you guys have a pulpit to do that. I have a better perspective of it. I don't listen to what you have to say, and we're going to build it the way we know that we're going to build it, and I'll see you in the national championship game.
You have time for 2 more?
Right here, Coach. You mentioned the deep passing game and just some, the overthrows. There have certainly been times this season where Garrett has been off target with that. Did anything change recently mechanically or from a coaching standpoint to where it was better this game?
We've been working on it, and he's not there yet. I mean, we missed some throws today, too, you saw, and some of those are mechanical. But, there's another guy that is so committed to, being better at those things. And this first year of competition for him really was a window toward what are those things that he'll be working on in the off season. So when he, hopefully comes back next year, can take that next step.
Scooter, you got the last one.
I'll ask the tough one.
Oh, Scooter, you always ask the tough ones.
Who makes the call on what uniform combination you go with?
The fashion man.
There's only one call. It's our leadership council. So we have 26 representatives that represent all of the classes, and they make the decision at the start of the season as to what uniforms they want to wear. We have different combinations that they can wear. I don't really care what they wear, as long as it's uniforms that are prescribed by the university, and we wear them accordingly.
Thank you, Coach.
Good. All right. Thank you.
All right. It's Brian Kelly, man. Breaking it down, Coach Kelly. Kind of doing this thing right there, man. And, of course, got a little peeved right quick. But nonetheless, LSU gets the win 37-17 over Oklahoma. They finish them off. We move forward into the bowl time. So that's a pretty good one. LSU finishes the regular season with 2 wins over Vandy and now Oklahoma, which is positive for LSU, to be quite honest with you. And Coach Kelly's talking about trying to bring hopefully some of the guys that he's talking about. I think in particular is Garrett Nussmeier, who probably would be the guy that he's hoping comes back, and that's been something he mentioned it 4 or 5 days ago. And of course, we know that he can go to the draft to basically opt to return for a 5th year. And if you are a gambling person, what would you think Garrett Nussmeier does? He's going to opt to return to LSU, which is Coach Kelly's pushing. He's talking about all the youth, the recruiting class. Not really excited about that. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not really excited about that, but we'll see how it all goes, man. But anyway, that'll do it for this episode of Tough Tiger Talk, man. We appreciate you for chiming in. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. LSU, man, finishes the regular season 8-4, 5-3 in conference play in the season finale. On to bowling. Like we just covered, the projectors have LSU lined up for the Texas Bowl on December the 31st against TCU. That's in Houston, Texas at 3:30 p.m. on December the 31st. So that's just a little bit. That's not official. That's just one of the CBS Bowl projectors have it. There are others, but that's probably one of the main ones. But anyway, with that being said, we're going to get out on this. Please feel free, like I said, to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share the show on your social media feed. Much love. Go Tigers.